the midnight sting. With fangs of rage, the hunt begins. Ram's blade dances in fire and dread, deals with demons, burn in his head. With this strike like a comet's glow, silent fury in every blow. Roll the dice and face your fate. Grimhollow won't hesitate. Heroes rise and heroes fall, but together we'll outlast it all. Thou weaves chaos with the sorcerer's art. Mom's precision fills her fire-marked heart. Rainy strikes from the shadows unseen. An arrow's flight cuts sharp and clean. King Cuss's voice builds the tale. A dungeon's heartbeat hidden in the veil. The maps unfold, the danger is near, but the bonds of fate keep the path clear. Roll the dice and face your fate. Grimhollow won't hesitate. Heroes rise and heroes fall, but together we'll outlast it all. Roll the dice and face your fate. Grimhollow won't hesitate. Heroes rise and heroes fall, but together we'll outlast it all. We'll outlast it all. We'll outlast it all.
We last left off on our lovely D&D adventure. The party had just finished a very climactic battle with the Gym Knights that were in the lower vault beneath the city of Lorthiel, which I'm glad I did the Kahoot because now I know the name again. Through some clever positioning, interesting combat mechanics, and a great team effort, you were able to fell all 5 of the knights. Even though one was going to like supercharge power something, thanks to the great thinking and hungry tummy of Sigwolf, you were able. He for some reason ate the gem, and that was actually a good enough reason to separate the power. I would say you guys would be able to catch your breath, take a few moments to realize what's going on, as you've now seen the chamber is now cold and silent again, with the guardians now in their eternal slumber, never to be disturbed again. Besides Sigwolf, who probably has a very full tummy, what would you guys like to do?
We should probably get out of here.
Yeah, that might be a good idea.
My fucking tummy.
Sorry, I'm still getting my
Yeah, how'd
wings.
that thing taste?
Ugh. Like corpse and maggot, but shiny.
Ugh. Shiny maggots.
Shiny maggots. Yes.
I think I've seen that band.
Visited a local tavern around here. Give it up for the shiny maggots.
I like that one. You're funny. Vomits.
So I imagine you guys were able to. I think everybody. You have all the gems on your possession now. I think you've collected all of them.
I would assume we would have
Oh.
all gone and collected each one.
So after you guys are able to successfully kind of gather yourselves going up from there, you guys are able to make your way up back towards the way that you came through the central chamber. I'd say so you'd be back towards that door that was kind of sealed from there. At this point, it is now cracked open a little bit. You're able to kind of keep climbing up and going out, up and up and up and up and up, eventually making your way to the very tip top of the I guess, the entrance of the vault, to where you hear a very familiar voice. You hear what sounds to be some sort of dwarvish bellow. Almost looks like he's chastising, maybe like a donkey of some kind. As it appears at the beginning of this entrance, you'd see Bjorn standing there with Brimstone the donkey in tow. And it looks like Brimstone is currently trying to eat something off the wall, and Bjorn's getting very upset at him. So you would be able to happen upon, while he is currently trying to pull Brimstone away from eating some sort of weird vine foliage on the wall.
Bjorn?
Oh, yeah, one moment. As he's like, come on, you fuck. Got away from him. And eventually he gives him like one final big pull, and then Brimstone's able to kind of and just kind of like keel back and kind of flip and turn around. And he's like, oh, it wipes his brow and he kind of looks over all you. He's like, oh, I never thought I'd see you all alive again.
Yeah, I see you there.
Well, what happened? It looks like you survived.
Sort of.
Some guy gave us a task to go into that dungeon thing to get some gems.
Oi, are you speaking of Sayoris?
Looks to Rook. Is that who sent us?
Away. There he's back.
Sorry. What was the question?
Who was the guy that sent us on the quest to go down into the dungeon?
Oh, Solaris.
Oh, yep, that's the guy.
Oh yeah, I'm very familiar with the fella. He's the one that I told you or told him about you all. And he was like, "That's right. That's exactly who I need in order to get these important jewels." Well, and he kind of like looks at you. Did you get them?
We got it.
Well, most of them.
Most.
I mean, I think we got all of them. He starts counting.
There should be 5.
Oh, I was gonna say what about that thing that Sigwolf ate?
I'm sorry, he ate it.
Would not
Oh.
recommend. 0 stars.
Yeah, it was getting pretty bad in there. He had to eat it.
Oh, poor fella. He's gonna explode now.
No.
He's like, I'm joking, I'm joking. And he kind of trots up to you. He's like, where is it at? And he's kind of like looking over like your belly.
Sigwolf's gonna like rub his tummy, and then there will be a very obvious protrusion in his very distended gut, it'll look like an obvious like, oh, that's probably the fucking gem right there, because like the outline of it's visible.
It's over there. So he's like, oh, well, it's gonna pass one of 2 ways, but I guess we could get it out one. And he just like takes both of his hands together and just clubs your stomach as hard as he can, just like a whoop to try to like Heimlich them out. Make a Constitution saving throw for me.
Roll to vomit.
Yeah.
Constitution. $23.
He goes and he keels a heart, and you can feel like like a thud, and you can feel like your tummy rumbling, like after you just ate something you weren't supposed to, and you're feeling a little queasy, but you don't throw up. And he's like, oh, it's stuck in there good. Well, hopefully it'll pass without pain. Come along, I've got something to show you. Well, more like to warn you about, but we'll talk on the way to the tower.
It's foreboding.
So you guys would begin to kind of follow him from there on the probably 20 to 40-minute walk, as you're really in no big rush from what he says from there. On the way back to the tower. During the walk, you can kind of make your way, because this was one of the lower districts from there, is you kind of have to go up around the other side of the city back to the other side of the pier. So you kind of get a good glance of the upper lower towers from that. You look around, and this place seems just a little bit different. You would see that there's let me see if I think I need a different song to kind of describe this, because this is a very happy foreboding.
Very
Let me see,
jovial.
yeah.
What a lovely day.
Let me see if I can find something.
A dragon has hit the second fortress.
Yeah.
Dude, I lost when you RP'd rubbing your tummy. I rub my tummy and sweat my belly.
I flick my belly button and the gemstone jiggle.
My body don't jiggle jiggle.
My gems don't jiggle jiggle.
Oh my god.
All right, let me vote on the thing real quick. Give you one moment. All right.
Excuse me.
Oh, there it is.
Damn.
Here we go. Suspense and intrigue is what we want.
I'll probably disappear soon. But I'm gonna be here for a bit. I'll still hear, like, I'll hear you on my headphone.
Okay. So quick, everyone monologue token, David, right now. As you begin to follow Bjorn and Brimstone up the cobbled paths up towards the to go on the other side of the city, you see that there is a different vibe in this city. You can see that there's almost like a small, like smoldering kind of ashy taste in the air. There's distant sounds of, it sounds like maybe like fire in some capacity, but not like houses on fire, but maybe sort of like a ritualistic pyre, as things look like they've been kind of burning. You can hear where there's like chants of like large crowds where does anybody speak Elvish?
Yeah.
If you speak Elvish, you would hear them chanting the phrase over and over, down with Dalius, down with tyrants. And it's almost like chanted back over and over, back and forth. You would hear there's different, I guess, animosity and anguish that's kind of in this, like, the upper district from here. Because normally it was, like, very peaceful and cordial, and everything seemed like it had a rhyme or reason. You could see that the police force was almost out in full measure in order to quell some sort of protests that are arousing based off some new political turmoil that has transpired. Looking around, you can see that there's a different kind of faction that you haven't seen any members of. You continue along maybe 15 minutes or so as you're just kind of hearing the chants and everything from there. You get more to like the lower district, getting closer towards the Twilight Tower at the port. And you can see that there's these almost look like clerics, paladins, something like that in some capacity. They're not really wearing armor, but they're wearing like either kind of commoner's clothes, but you'll notice that they have like a red sash or a red cape or a red something. Excuse me, about them. You can see where there appears to be a group of maybe like hungry travelers or people who are down on their luck. Looks like they're receiving food from like a wagon that these people wearing the red sashes look like they're handing out provisions. They look like they're handing out water and food to these hungry people. You can look and see where there's a couple look like people who have been injured maybe in some sort of accident, or some people may have been injured in some capacity. Looks like they're receiving some sort of healing and doctoring and getting attended to by again another part of this like faction that looks like they're providing aid to these people is here. What do you guys think in this moment? I'll let you kind of take that in for a moment before I continue.
I would have immediately turned to Bjorn and asked, who's Dalius and Thalius?
He kind of looks. He's like, um, well, you weren't gone for that long, but long enough for some political upheaval. So you were down there for probably a day or so, but you tried to go to the council at some point, or you visited the upper district.
Uh, yeah. Or I don't remember, DM.
Yeah, yeah. So this is when you guys split, and then half you guys went to like I think weaponsmith, or and the other half was kind of making their way in the upper district. I can't remember exactly what you guys were doing, but I know it was something to that effect. But it was noticeable that the towers normally are open to the public, but were closed
Right.
for some reason.
Oh, the libraries or whatever.
Where you could get to the documents and things from that. Noticeably, and very strangely, were closed. It turns out that there was some sort of a meeting where they had to take a vote. So he doesn't know the ins and outs of it, but how he describes is the governor, which rules the city, has a council that he would listen to, and they would do things like that. The governor recently fell ill, and his health quickly deteriorated, thusly creating almost like a semi-power vacuum of we need someone to be in its place. There's obviously different factions of in the council of who they wanted to be in charge, and it appears that this person named Dalius was the one chosen to be the new deputy governor while the other one is recovering. It seems like overnight he has transformed the city and its ideals in a isolationist method. You'll have to talk to more people to get more information there. But as you can see from what you're looking around, he's not popular with the elves, but there's also the introduction of this red sash group that Bjorn has no idea who they are, that appear to be here to help. So some sort of outer faction that has made their way in somehow, that are attempting to quell some of the situation here. As you all would continue on down towards the pier, you would also hear where there a handful of like I guess soapboxes where people are preaching different mantras. There's one where they're talking about they're shutting down some of the mercantile areas down towards the ports, and they're telling people that, hey, you're not going to be able to go anywhere. There you hear them crying of, I'm going to lose my job. I'm going to lose. What do you mean I can't go out and fish anymore? That's my whole job. Like I can't. You're telling me I'm just going to have to find something else to do. So you're feeling some animosity from that, but then you continue on, and there's almost like another soothing kind of a message is getting sent over by some of the more people dressed in the red. You can see that there's a very prim, polished, and kind of clean looking like cleric or priest of some kind. And it's like he's giving some sort of message saying out where he's like, all will be reborn within the light. The fire that guides us will get us through this time. Seek the hands and seek the flames.
Can I look for any symbols or religious symbols on any of these people, specifically the cleric?
Yeah, you can make a perception check. Anybody can make a perception check if they'd like.
Come
Just
on,
as you're
team.
you're making your way through the town.
That's okay. 16.
Perfect. I would say you would need at least a 15. Looking at the symbol that you can see, it was somehow embroidered on some of their cloths and capes and things like that. It appears to be two hands that look like they're holding like a kindling flame. A very common thematic that's in Faerun itself, but you would not be familiar with this one. This may be something that is a Grimhollow or Eltharis born and bred faction that is not unheard of, but they're really not widespreadly known. With a 16, though, you would have heard what some people were saying of the flame, of the fire, something from there. They appear to be hailing from a faction known as the Order of the Sacred Flame. That is just their encompassing thing from there. And everything you're seeing is they look like they're charitable people who want to assist however they can. So as this political turmoil looks like it's kind of overtaking the city, it looks like this group is here to maybe counteract it or flush it out, or provide something for the citizens in this dire need.
Okay.
That would also kind of affect to why you're seeing the ashen smoke in the air as opposed to the cloudy day that you would normally see. You can see there would be a couple pyres that were set up where people were just it looks like they were just doing a burning as like an offering to maybe some fire god, or you're not too intertwined with what they have, but that's about what you would get from the context of this travel with Bjorn.
Okay. So, it's really gone to shit in a single day.
Yeah. Doesn't look much worse than it was before, though.
Yeah.
Should we ask around and see what caused this? Or...
You
mean,
could, yeah, if you.
Seems like we already
mhm.
got told what caused it.
You got a brief overview from what Bjorn was able to understand of what's happened in the few days or so, but you don't have a lot of specifics.
Don't think
Why don't
we
you
need
ask
to
that
get
lady over there,
ourselves-
Lupen?
Which one?
Points to random lady.
Yeah.
Oh,
It appears like there. Yeah. Well, it appears that there could be like a family or so. Looks like this lady's walking with. She has like a looks like a chest full of like miscellaneous fishing gear that she's making her way, kind of downtrodden, past you all. But you could stop her if you'd like.
Excuse me, ma'am. Excuse me.
What is it?
Sorry to bother, but would you be able to or let me know what happened here or what's going on?
Well, I'm out of a job. I can tell you that much. So I'm kind of having a pretty shitty day.
Right. So, how'd you lose it?
This new fucking governor, he's shutting down the ports, and they're saying he's going to shut down the city and prevent anybody from leaving because he wants to preserve what good that's left in the city. Nothing was wrong before. I don't know what great evil's coming that we need to be protected from, but it's kind of bullshit. So now I gotta go figure out what I'm gonna eat tonight.
Yeah, it seemed pretty fine before. I don't know why they would change that. Have you heard any specifics?
Specifics is what?
Like,
Happened to the old governor? Why was the governor doing it?
She would respond like through, I guess through the grapevine. She's like, I don't know, he got sick or something, and the council took a vote, and then now there's these papers all over. And she kind of points to where you can see there's like pamphlets and flyers all over the place. They're just stating like, think of like a newsline head letter. It's like Governor falls ill, Deputy Governor in charge is the biggest thing that you're seeing from there. And they're like, okay, this is the best way that they're gonna get a message out to the people. But it just seems like everyone's a little bit more on like high alert. Like I said, there's more of a guard presence, and she kind of she's just having a shitty day. She really just got laid off from her job probably within the hour. So she's like, yeah, whatever, it's bullshit. And she kind of continues on her path out of sight.
oh shit. That didn't give us too much.
Not really.
Whatever. Let's get you back up with the others.
So you guys be able to kind of trot along, continue on with the path going towards Bjorn. I'd say within another 10 minutes or so, you're able to make your way towards the pier or the port area, And he kind of looks around. He looks at like a little stopwatch thing he made, kind of checking the time. He's like, "Well, we do got a few hours before we'd be able to cross back into the tower. Don't suppose you have much that you wanted to do, but me and Brimstone will be here. Maybe you could ask around and find out more about what's going on."
Yeah, it might be smart. What do you suggest?
You could add some of the people who are, maybe you can catch the parishioners who are giving food out. Maybe they have an idea of what they're doing. Maybe someone's in charge of them, or I don't know,
You
someone who
said the
doesn't look
prisoners?
parishioners, like people who are
Parishioners. Okay, I was
sorry.
like, what?
yeah, the prisoners. Oh, and there's prisoners.
I was a little confused.
But yeah, he'd suggest maybe something like that. Maybe like he said, I would ask anybody who is what's it called? That looks like they're down on their luck. They don't give a shit. Like maybe somebody who's actually maybe in a good mood. Maybe some. It looks like there's a larger police presence of like the city guard is out from there. Maybe someone of like stature may be able to.
Right. Okay. I guess we'll. Well, since we got time to kill, Lupen, you want to join me?
Yeah, let's see if we can get some answers and see if anybody's willing to share.
Anyone else want to come?
I guess there's not really much else to do, even though I don't particularly care for this town's politics. So...
I don't either, but I'm a little curious. We can get some food while we're out.
How you feeling, Slay Wolf?
I didn't know I was muted this whole time. Anyway,
We've been having way different conversations.
Yeah, this seems like a very messy town.
It didn't seem like when we first got here, but just our luck. Rhaenys, you
I
coming?
guess
You're gonna stay with Bjorn?
How come?
All right.
Does Slay Wolf still have the gem in his stomach? Or did he...
Yeah, I'm
does.
still pregnant.
You feeling like, I don't know, time to maybe let loose, relax a little?
Yeah, I could try again. DM, may I vomit?
Roll to vomit.
Oh.
Constitution saving throw.
If you
Do you
does
want help?
successfully vomit that out, would
If I if I take the butt
19.
of the revolver and hit him where I think it is, would that give him a disadvantage on the con save?
Well, I mean, it's kind of what Bjorn tried, but I guess we'll let him roll straight and see what happens from
Okay.
here.
I got a 19. Hit me, please. I need disadvantage.
Can I DM?
Yeah, I'll allow it. As you can see, he's
Takes
trying
the
to.
revolver,
He's not getting anything.
kind of lines it up, squints his eyes a little bit, gets the wrong spot. Sorry about that.
My kidney.
Sorry.
Why
Let
you
me
say my
try it
kidney?
right here. It's right on the little pokey part.
There you go. All right, roll one more time just to see.
16 total.
Check to disadvantage.
Yeah. I rolled twice. 8 was the lowest.
You feel like it's moving up towards your chest, and you're feeling a lot of discomfort, but you do feel that you cannot pass this at this time with that roll.
Oh my fucking god.
Yeah, you're just like, oh my tummy, and it's going up, and now you're feeling like your throat start to burn with the stomach acidity that's kind of boiling up, but you feel like it's just not there to come out yet.
Yeah, I think you're gonna have to wait for it to come out the other end.
I don't want to shit.
Unless we go do a lot of drinking.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Maybe that'll help. Either way, let's head in.
Yeah.
All right, so where would you like to head?
Based on what Bjorn said, I mean, the smartest thing would be, I guess, the most populated and guarded area. Maybe to just find some guards.
Okay.
Or just nice businesses that are still probably, I'm assuming, thriving because they haven't been closed down yet.
Okay. So you would be closer to the lower district, I believe, with the entrance to the Twilight Tower, or at least towards the port side.
Right.
Think of anything that would thrive with a city not expanding, a city. I'm trying to think. I would say probably the first thing you would notice is probably with the heavily influence of the guards, you would see they're marching kind of in a formation, sort of. Doesn't look like there's any extra, like non-city guards kind of policing, or there's no like rogue military happening. But you can see there's a large assortment of guards from there. You can see that there's a handful of people. Looks like they're kind of ordering different platoons around. You can see they're kind of planning things out. You've made your way to maybe more of a central square in the general wharf area, where there's plenty of guards walking all over. People are still kind of shopping a little bit from there, and it looks like life is still continuing. It is definitely a interesting time to be there, though. I don't know if a guard or so may pique your interest as they're kind of standing watch, and some look like they're positioned outside maybe some of the other businesses. There's taverns that are still open. Looks like blacksmith. There's like stone workers that look like they're still crafting things. There would be guards carefully positioned and patrolling around those just to make sure there's no looting or rioting will be taking place.
Okay. I'm gonna scout for anyone that has just an in general softer expression. Someone that doesn't look miserable and like someone who's not depressed.
Okay. Okay.
Someone who has light in their eyes.
Sure. Yeah. Someone who's actually fun.
Yeah.
There appears to be, let's say, a group of like elvish, but maybe like businessmen. It looks like they're kind of making their way through the little area, and they're kind of stopping by some of the markets. Not very affluent, but you know they probably do well in this city. They appear to not be really phased by the ongoings, and almost as like they're in their own little world of what's going on from there.
Gotcha. I'm gonna go. Hey, can I have a moment? But in Elvish.
Oh, okay.
To get them
They
more
kind of,
party.
yeah, their ears perk up and they kind of look towards you, and they respond back in Elvish, just like, "You speak Elvish?"
Dabble.
Mhm.
Time might not be the best, but I'm trying. Could I ask a few questions?
He kind of looks around. He's like, "Well, I have
They'll be
nothing but, yeah, I have nothing but time. Ask away."
I just I'm kind of new to the city, and I've heard so many different things about it. What's going on? And he like leans in, trying to like whisper as if it's like
Like a big secret?
rumblings. Yeah,
He kind of looks you up and down and takes a step back. He's like,
just
yeah,
full armor.
yeah. He's like, all right, this guy. He's like, what's going on? This fucking weirdo.
This fucking freak.
There is a little bit of a political uneasiness, it seems, that's going around. People are not very fond of the new governor. I don't really care. A lot of the elvish brethren think an elf should be in charge of the city, as it is a true elven city, but it doesn't really affect me. I'm not a permanent resident.
Yeah, you know, keep it in the family.
Fuck.
Keep
it in the family.
Totally not an elf.
Fuck.
Sorry, I got sidetracked.
Mhm.
What about So who's in it right now? Who's in charge right now?
So the council has come to a vote, and it appears that they've elected a gentleman named Dalius. And he's only been in charge 24 hours. What evil could have become the city in 24 hours? I do feel bad for Edmund, though. He was, I've heard quite many good things about him. It's a shame he came down with such a sickening illness that took him out of his role.
Do you think he'll recover?
Honestly, I don't care either way, but I never wish evil upon anyone, so maybe he'll make a speedy recovery and put some common sense back into these people. I don't know why there's so much fuss and franticness.
Yeah, they seem to be acting a little crazy. It's just, you know, just a little change. Can't be too bad.
It can't be too bad, no. But I bless you. I do recommend that if sorry,
Bless you.
Jesus
The sickly
Christ.
people behind the rook.
I was like, oh, the poor are here. Let's quickly run away. He says, I have heard from one elvish speaker to another, as I'm thoroughly impressed that you can speak with such great eloquency.
Thank you.
I would try to leave the city soon because I have heard quite a tale of they're going to be shutting the city down. I don't know if you came
Really?
on cart, boat, flying contraption, dragon. Yeah, I was gonna say he looks to a non-existent camera, just a little leg off screen.
I rode on a dragon.
She just openly admits it, like, yeah, that was me.
Yeah.
That was
I did
more
that
of a
shit.
joke, but alas, I would leave before they shut the city down for good because some of my friends in the godship have mentioned that the gates will be shutting within the week. None in,
Really,
none
that
out.
fast?
Hmm. It's quite a shame. I plan to be leaving this evening myself, but who knows? Maybe I'll be stuck here for a
Leaving my
while.
dragon.
I'm sure you can handle your own. What about that
Oh.
new group, the one with the red sashes? What are they doing here?
I don't know much of them. As you can see, I'm not an idiot or poor or need anything.
Damn.
I don't need some.
Clearly.
I don't need a zealot preaching to me about how fire will cleanse me, and I don't need a handout, as you can see. He's not super rich, but you can see he.
Has a gold in his pocket.
Yeah,
Definitely
he's
wants other people to know.
yeah. Well, typical elvish fashion is what he has. But he doesn't listen to whatever they're preaching about. He doesn't listen to the elves that are protesting the new leader. He's like, he's old enough where he's seen some things. He doesn't really partake. He doesn't really live here. He's just traveling from what you're getting.
From another school.
He goes to another school. Yeah.
And like, I just walk up to a person in a red sash and just ask, like, what they're doing, like, what their
Why are
faction
you here?
is.
Hey,
could, yeah.
who are you?
You do one of these bots.
Yeah. So I would say you could walk up to some of them. It looks like we'll say the ones that are maybe they're standing around as someone's giving the was it like the speech or so, and they're like, oh, I'm sorry, it's kind of loud. What did you say?
I already walked to them.
Oh yeah, you walked to them. You said yeah. They're just like, I'm sorry, it's a little loud. What did you say?
What do I ask?
What do you want to ask them?
Like what their faction is? Like they can give me details on it.
Oh yeah, they're like well, we're a part of the oh shit, hang on, let me scroll back down.
Notes.
Yeah, as I say, I wrote it down. There we
He
go.
pulls out a notebook. He's like,
yeah. Let's see. That says evil goblin. I don't know how that's
Posh
relevant.
elf.
He says, "Oh, they're from the Order of the Sacred Flame. They were here on a mission from their leader in order to assist the city as instructed, whether that be healing the injured, giving out food, or catering a message to the people in these uncertain times."
Okay.
Leaves.
And she just walks away. We're like, she's like, now that's how
Got
I get.
it.
She's like, that's how I get exposition right there.
Where the hell's Ghidorah?
He's just flying overhead, like, what's going on over there?
If we pay him back, we're just gonna be like, well, thanks so much for all your information. I need to get going though. Be safe.
You as well. And he kind of goes back to his little
Right.
shopping. Gods, kill him. He knows too much.
As soon as Rook turns back to the group, he immediately rolls his eyes, walks up to them. Not much new information. It seems like the consensus is we should probably be getting out of town within the day.
Oh.
Who are we supposed to return? the
Things
gems
are
to?
apparently going to be closing soon. What?
Who are we supposed to return those gems to again? Or-
Sayorus in the tower.
Yeah. Is it
Oh,
Sayorus or Solaris?
Sayorus.
Oh. I spelled it wrong. Please.
Yeah, like Sayrous. Sayorus.
Maybe we can try heading towards the tower and returning the gems, and then head out of the city.
You're in the general area for the tower. You just can only enter between dusk and twilight, or at dusk or twilight for the
Yeah,
tower.
we were just getting information while we
Oh.
were waiting.
I thought there was a secret thing that allowed us to enter at any time. No, am I fucked up? I might be fucked up.
We have the one thing from them that allows us to essentially go throughout town
Mhm.
and talk to other secret members within it,
Okay, maybe that's what I'm thinking of. Okay.
but it's also risky because some people might not be in it. You might just be flashing the evil badge.
You're flashing the Fight Club soap.
Yeah.
I would say that
Well,
unless there's anything else you guys wanted.
Rest up, try to help Sigil get that gem out of his stomach. Just
I need a drink.
Punch me in the gut.
Lupen can try.
Yeah, you
We're
can
just
try.
gonna just start walking towards the nearest bar.
Alright.
Did you want to try to punch Sigwolf to see if you could get him to throw up the gym yet?
Let's get him some alcohol first to ease the pain, and then
Off.
try that.
Yeah, please. Please.
Okay. So you guys make your way.
Punching, that sounds a lot more entertaining than the politics.
Yeah, there you go. The political intrigue is so nice. So I would say you guys make your way towards probably the biggest tavern that's in the this lower wharf region. Notice the Mermaid's Call. You'd be able to kind of enter in from there, and you can see that water is a prominent fixture in, I guess, just from here, as it looks like it's always like flowing. You can see that there's like, what is it, like a dispensary kind of system where there's like a water wheel that's doing some sort of like art thing where people can like place things, and it's a little bit uppity for the area. You see there's people running back and forth, and it looks like they're kind of costumed to be more of like sailor or nautical themed. So it actually seems like this is I don't know, this is a tavern that's got some character. Looks like it's kind of busy. You can see there's a lot of people around the general bar ordering area. There's a good handful of tables and chairs and stools that are kind of knocked over, dirty tables and things like that. Doesn't look like you're getting the absolute best service here, but it does look like it's pretty popping. I'd say you'd probably be able to spot maybe a far table off to the side, as you guys usually like to juxtapose yourself at. But you can also kind of order drinks from there. You can see that there's at least 3 or 4 people kind of constantly making rounds around this circular area in order to get beverage orders. And you can see maidens and waiters walking back and forth with big tankers of like a mead or an ale with platters of food and such, kind of constantly going to and fro.
Let's get
This
I'll wave
should
one of the,
definitely help you.
Yeah.
Rook sits down.
I wave one of the one of the maids down.
Uh-oh. Okay.
Waitresses.
Waitresses, my bad.
Mubby.
How can he romance this character before throwing up?
I think, yeah, Sid was just trying to get something to Get that gem out of his stomach.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I got a BOGO deal going on right now. Trust.
Okay. So you were to flag her down. It looks like to be maybe a middle-aged or so older human female. And
Finally,
she's like, what can I get you, love?
you're quite pretty. Would you like a gemstone?
What the fuck?
She looks at you, she's like, I don't know what you mean. A gemstone? Do you need a drink?
Yeah.
Are you drunk already?
He wants something strong, something so strong
yeah.
that
Give me
most
the
normal people can't keep
nastiest
it
thing.
down.
Give me the nastiest thing on the menu. Give me the big and stanky.
Oh, okay. Right. She kind of like
Rubs
looking
his
like
tummy again.
yeah. She's like, I'll be back with something. She kind of walks off behind the bar. About 2 or 3 minutes passes, and she comes back with this tankard. And when she kind of hands it to you, she's like, "Yeah, I'll give you this to never talk to me again." And she starts to walk away.
I just want to note that I'm sitting somewhere else.
Okay.
Yes, Renisa specifically not sitting with him. What she hands you has a very like, how do I describe that? Like a stale smell, like, but it's also very salty. Like there's a strong salt gust that's kind of blowing through what it is from there, and then there's kind of like it gives like a dirty water kind of look when you're looking at it from there. It doesn't seem very appetizing, and you can see why she probably gave it to you for free just to not talk to her anymore.
This must be the big and stanky.
Why are you talking like that?
They got a bar
My-
top I
my-
can sit at.
Reese is like, how do we get farther away?
Mhm.
Just gonna give me a drink at the bar top.
All right. Well, he's posing over his beverage from there. It looks like there's maybe like a little like a halfling or so, and he's kind of like trotting around. It looks like he's doing his little bartender thing, and you can see there's like 2 tiers to the bar where there's like a floor area for most bartenders. And since the halfling, he's a little bit shorter. He has like a little booster stool ring that he can kind of go around and grab all the drinks and stuff from. And he looks over at Reese. He's like, "Oh, why?" He said, "You're quite a pretty one. What can I get you?"
What do they sell?
Liquor
Okay.
or beer.
A beer, please.
Uh-huh.
A beer, please.
Oh, right, right, so right, I'll get a special one just for you. A lot of dogs in here.
Wallace would also like liquor.
Yeah. Wallace needs to shut the hell up. So he goes back behind the bar, and it looks like he kind of pours from like a big barrel of something from here, and you're getting a very like kind of appley, crisp, like cidery smell. And he kind of runs back over to you. He's like, "That'll be 2 copper pieces, ma'am. If I just say you're looking lovely this evening."
I'll give him 3 copper.
Oh, and a generous soul too. Just the whole package. Let me know if you need anything. And he kind of like trots back and goes to like another customer. And back to Sig Wolf, who is currently pondering over this beverage. Do you take a drink? Do you investigate it a little
I
bit?
am going to glug a chug a chug.
Hey, can you go into the corner for?
And in the middle of the bar, he's just glug, 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 drinks it down from there. All right, go and make your Constitution saving throw with disadvantage. The DC is getting lower.
Echo, turn on Christmas lights.
I need to
Bro,
see
it's not even
this.
Halloween.
He always has Christmas lights up. He has a Christmas tree upstairs.
One of those.
I just name it that.
17.
17.
1 gold coin equals 100 copper piece.
Mhm.
Holy shit. Sorry, go ahead. I'm
Or-
trying to.
As she kind of glugs it, you can feel the saltiness kind of like touch the back of your neck, and then there's like a very murky, like dirty taste to it, and you're just like, "Oh, this is horrible." And as you kind of like put down the whole glass, you kind of look over, and you're just kind of like you're making eye contact with like someone in the party. I don't know who. We're just gonna say somebody.
Rope shaking his head no.
Mhm. And you can just feel this bubbling, gurgling in your tummy before you're just like, and it's like all of it's coming up immediately after.
Oh,
From there, and you can see all the food and stuff that he ate that's like half digested. You can see this murky, like stinky, like bluish water is coming up from there. And
You'll see
eventually,
one full-sized like bear paw.
What the hell?
where did you get that?
I keep it. I keep it in my tummy.
Huh?
It was holding the gym.
It was over the gym, yeah. And then eventually there's another clink, clink, clink as a very large gemstone has kind of tumbled out.
I'll quickly grab and put it in the bag of holding, just in case it
Okay. I got you.
ignites.
Just in
anything.
case I try to eat it again.
Make a just make a sleight of hand check. I just want to see how deftly you're able to do this.
Oh, natural 20.
Oh my god!
Hey,
And
Pretty
just like the
fucking
knight, and the second it hits there, he doesn't care about the vomit or anything in there. Swoops it up into the bag of holding, without a trace.
We don't even see it.
Are all the gems in the bag of holding, or do we just have that one? Or who has the other 4?
I think we put all of them in the bag of holding.
I think yeah, that probably makes sense to do
That
it
was
that way.
yeah.
You know, I think I've lost my appetite.
I think I've regained all of mine.
If you-
Another round, please.
And one of the same waitress looks at you. She's like, "It's gonna be a minute. I gotta get more bath water for you to drink."
Oh,
Can we just
I
get-
lean over.
Can we just get around a
I
mead?
think she's looked in.
She's like, "That I can do," and she'll quickly come back with about. I think there's probably 4 of you guys if that's still the group from there. And it'll just run you 2 copper each.
Yeah, I'll hand her the copper for each one.
Yep. She's like, "Thanks. Let me know if you need anything else."
Yes.
Thank you. How do you feel about Sigwolf?
No.
No.
Yeah, Sigwolf's tapped out, but from the bath water.
Okay.
But I would say you guys are able to pass a good amount of time. You're able to kind of drink if there's any food or anything you can get. You can order it from there. Nothing really big commotion wise happens while you're at the tavern. It's just a nice semi-relaxing time. You're able to kind of nurse some of your wounds and drink away some of your pains that you've experienced from the previous encounter that you had. Was there anything specific you guys wanted to talk about or do in that time?
So what's the plan?
You have to go pee, so yes, yeah.
We seems the general consensus is to get out of this town. Is our plan go hand this over to Sayoris, then get the hell out of Dodge?
Yep. I think that's
I
a
like
good
that
idea.
I
plan.
think that's probably better.
You know, it was nice being in a city again after all this time.
Yeah, but it went to shit so fast.
Seems to be a running theme with this continent.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's because of that damned beast.
Sickle, you okay there?
No, that was actually real life. I'm gonna be right back.
Okay.
Gross.
He's so in character, it
Well,
scares
dude, that
me.
was awesome.
Method acting.
Yeah, that was
All right,
crazy.
Jared Leto.
Bravo. Oh.
Lupen, you and Sigwolf have been the ones that have been around here the longest. Has it always been kind of dreary?
Spent most of my time up in the mountains, but from what I can see from where I'm from, kind of. Most of the cities I was looking not after from afar, just seemed alright. I'd never seen one city completely get taken over, and this one, government government went to shit.
Yeah, last one blew up. This one's imploding.
It's a
I think I've had my fair share of fun on this continent.
It's kind of a sinkhole.
Yeah.
This is like the opposite of the Feywild. This place sucks.
Cheers to that.
There's no like magic. The trees don't like. I don't know. They don't sing the same way.
Everything's dead, and if it's not dead yet, it's dying.
I'll drink to that. There's another drunk guy.
What? The beast.
You're like, what? It's a roll
What?
initiative. He immediately shadow claws everyone.
Is there actually a drunk guy just there now?
There's just a drunk. Well, you guys are sitting at like I imagine the bar top from where Rainey's wanted to sit.
Okay.
So you guys would be there, and this guy is just like, I lost my wife. I lost my job. Who gives a shit? And he's just like swinging back and fro in his stool.
Yeah, you might be losing your own too.
Same if
Yeah.
you're just shutting down the city entirely.
Yeah, you're gonna be in deep doo doo.
Can't be any worse than you. You drink bath water.
He's not wrong.
You got
Hello.
anything to say, Sick Wolf?
About the bathwater?
You just gonna let him? You just gonna let him say that to you?
No, I mean the bathwater was delicious. I would highly recommend it. Up to your item.
Okay, but he's insulting you. It's like,
Oh, fuck you.
You look back at him, he is like face down in his drink already. He is passed out.
Thank you.
yeah, I think you got him with that one.
Yeah. I like.
Where's
No, I'm not
where's
gonna.
where's Rainice?
I've made my way out to my dragon now.
Oh, the dragon's just chilling and down.
Yeah, everyone's just like, what the fuck? They're just looking around. They're like, this is a big ass dragon right here.
Witch, and just pitchforks behind.
Yeah.
As
We
if
got-
things couldn't get any worse.
There's a fucking dragon. So you guys probably be able to finish off of your beverages and make your way down towards the wharf, into the port from there, and through following the same path that you remember during the as the sun begins to set from where you think it would be, over the horizon, you can see the faint shimmering of the Twilight Tower kind of reappear almost translucently, but you know it's there.
I hope there's a princess in there.
Yeah, the princess name is Sayoris.
Oh my god.
You're able to enter into the Twilight Tower once more. You're greeted in the central chamber from there. Looks like Bjorn has already made his way in, and he's currently feeding Brimstone. Looks like some pieces of hay. He's like, "Oh, that's a good boy." He's like, "Oh, you finally made it. Did you learn anything?"
Not really.
This town fucking sucks.
Yeah, the city's
should
getting
probably
shut
leave.
down.
Yep. It's about time for me to pack up the old wagon and head on out myself. But think you could go speak to Mr. Sayoris upstairs and give him those gems. Hopefully you got all 5 now, because I don't see the lump in your boy anymore.
Bjorn, you didn't happen
you-
to see our wagon anywhere along your travels, did you?
I couldn't say. I don't believe so.
Damn shame.
Do you think you'll head back to our camp, Bjorn? Be a lot cooler with you around.
Yeah. I think I might stop by there again. I heard that you got it it's up and going. There's some
Yeah, we got a
some-
mud pit.
Well, maybe I won't go. I think I can probably pass through and be there for a wink.
Yeah, it's not complete shit anymore.
We'll have to have you over.
That's
for-
saying something.
We won't
Oh, I love-
charge you.
Oh, let's go. I'm very flattered. I do love to eat. And there's no knife ears walking around in that camp either.
Kieran's just looking at him like, come on.
Two elves here.
I forgot he was racist.
Right.
Oh, sorry. I get it from my mother's side.
Does she have a bigger beard than you?
Look, I'm not gonna get into a dwarven beard growing contest with you. But Sayodis is upstairs. I think he's waiting for you.
All right. See you around.
He goes and he'll give each of you guys a firm handshake, and then when it's Sick Wolf, he clasps him with two hands. He's like, "Keep strong there, tall boy. Keep strong."
As he clasps me with two hands, I hoist him up and I
Child, just kiss him on the forehead.
Throw him.
and I'm like,
Look, he's in the air.
I'm like, same to you, Bjorn. Same to you. Please enjoy the mud pit, please. I worked so hard on it.
Right, you can put me down at any time now.
Oh, yeah. I let him down. I like kind of like plop him down. Like,
Turns him upside down. Yeah, I'll drop you.
Yeah.
suplexes him.
Yours may be sharp, but at least I didn't give you uppies.
Yeah. He's like, God. So I would say you guys be able to make your way up the next little flight of stairs, up into where it looks like Sayoris is at like one of his like little study areas. As he's kind of like reading over some scripts and stuff, he's like, he kind of takes a double take. He's like, "Oh, he's like, oh, sorry, he's not. He doesn't sound like that. He's like, "Oh, you're back. Oh, finally."
Home sweet home.
He's like, "How was you?" I'm not going to say I'm surprised you're alive, but you almost look unscathed.
Yeah, I might have taken a nap between.
That's a hell of a nap.
We were able to heal. We got what you wanted.
Oh, thank God.
Carefully empty the bag holding one of the gems.
Just
As
ding, ding, ding,
careful
ding,
as
ding.
I
Almost
possible.
wouldn't empty that time.
Yeah, don't turn it upside down and dump it
Well,
because it will dump out
yes.
everything you put in there.
Well, whatever, shake it, I guess. Whatever the right term is. To make sure the gems are comes
Reach your hand in and
out.
carefully
Yes,
pull out.
reach your hand and grab them.
That is one of the things with bag of holding. If you turn it upside down and hold it like that, it will dump out all
Yes.
of its contents like a real bag.
Yes.
Might want to clean the one a little bit extra.
Oh well, they all look
I-
to be in pretty good. Ooh, why's that one look like that? What's wrong with
I
this one?
I spit shined it for you, boss.
Oh God!
With his stomach.
And you can just see this look of like he's got a curled lip and he's kind of like staring at you like, okay. He begrudgingly is taking that one as well. Oh, he's like, well, now that these are back in their rightful positions, that's great. It's almost like my life's work is complete now. Oh, thank you. I almost cannot thank you enough for what you've done on such short notice and not knowing me that long. I really do appreciate you being able to do this gargantuan task for me. I'm eternally in your debt.
What are you using them for?
This isn't when you turn it into an evil thing, right?
Yeah. Let me change the music and be like, and now he's evil.
Rainy's in look immediately blocking
Another
it.
city getting
Yeah.
burned up.
Imagine you get handed these gems and then you get mogged by Rainies immediately. So what are you doing?
He's like, this is perfect, exactly to my plan. And he puts on he takes off his mask and it's still him, but now it's him with a fake mustache, and they're like, oh my God, he was evil the whole time. He goes,
Kieran
he's like,
hears is just eternally in debt. It's like, eternally in our debt, you say?
oops, shit, I just refreshed my thing. He says, follow me. I have one person that you may want to meet, and you can ask any further questions. It's our library scholar. His name is Perry. So he kind of... No, not Perry the Platypus.
Perry the platypus.
I work as the
It's like a sleeper agent.
You would follow him up another flight of stairs or so to where he leads you to. It looks like to be like you described, kind of like a library from there. You can see that there's like 5 little cases where it looks like these gemstones they would go into. And in which he starts to set them all in there. He's like, everyone, this is Perry. And you can see that there's a looks to be like another middle-aged like halfling man. He's pretty like bald. He has like the little tufts of hair from his ears down around the side of his head and going down, but nothing on top. He has very thick rimmed glasses that go down all the way on the bridge of his nose, and you see him kind of like plop up in his desk when he has like a nice little like shirt and pants kind of combo coming on, and you watch him kind of like hop down off his little stool and walk around the desk. You see he is barefoot and he has like fur on the top of his feet, almost like a hobbit. He's like, "Oh, pleasure to meet you. I'm Perry," and he goes to like shake somebody's hand. As obviously he's reaching up because he's about 3.5 foot tall.
Oh, I'm reaching for that boy.
This middle-aged man, by the way.
Well, he's so tiny. It'd be funny.
And he goes and like I can see as you're shaking his hand, you're kind of like waving him up in the air, and he's just like going with the wind.
Don't be
Yeah, he's like, "You can put me down at any time."
I plop him down. This time a little more of a thud because I think he's got the good legs. He can handle it.
You just hear a crunch as he falls. My fucking foot! You broke my foot! I'm not giving you any lore.
I don't want to see them again.
This guy's a criminal. Call the guards. Is that great, David? Yeah,
Checkpoint.
yeah. Instead of getting lower, now you're getting arrested. All because he wanted to give a halfling uppies.
5 F8.
So he would explain. He was like, well, the gemstones, they are quite a relic for the Twilight, but they also have a contingency plan that we were planning contingently, and those contingents have indeed perspired. As you may have noticed around the city, it's a quite shit show, and that's putting it lightly. I'm sure you're all of the political intrigue and know exactly what I'm talking about.
Totally.
Right.
He, like, even if you give a somber nod, he's just like, I knew it. There was a great group of adventurers they are. Well, you do know that there is now a new deputy governor in the city.
Yeah, apparently he sucks.
Right. And what most people don't know is how he got that job. And he kind of looks back and forth.
One.
And he points immediately to you. He's like, that's right. There was a coup planned, and we knew about it just too late. And unfortunately, there was nothing we could do about it either. But I'm glad you thought, I like you. What's your name?
Rook.
A pleasure to meet you. Yeah, he goes shake your head. Yeah, I'm Perry, as previously stated. But there is a rebellion brewing in the city, and by that rebellion, I mean more of a coup. And Dalius is the head of that coup, and he plans to shut down the city, which is not good for many, many reasons. But I believe he is evil. And this was our contingency plan. Well,
So you knew this was going to happen.
and he kind of looks over to Sayors, and he's like, and Sayors just kind of giving it like a squinty-eyed look, like, he's
Or
like,
you
well,
had an idea.
we had an idea. We thought this may happen. There were political intrigue happening, and it just seemed very strange that the governor goes from la-di-da-di-da, very nice things, and he immediately, the next day, falls gravely ill, and there's a vote. I believe there's a conspiracy behind that, and Dalius is at the head of that. But this also kind of worked out because now that we have all of our gemstones back, we've completed our collection, which is fantastic.
You're welcome.
So,
So they don't do anything?
Oh, they do. Well, not right now, but they definitely can do things. I just
Perry,
have to.
you're dancing around a lot of this stuff. Could you just get to the point?
Yes and no. They do things, and they do really good things, as written as these tomes and scrolls that are in this tower. But I couldn't tell you exactly what they do and exactly how to do them. But they are important. Otherwise, they wouldn't have written down any of these things. And he's like, well, look at this, and look at this, and look at this. And he's just like plopping different books and on open to random pages and scrolls that have like depictions of like a ritual. And one of them appears to be like a recipe for like a trout soup. He's kind of just putting things on this desk and he's pointing at all this out from here. And it looks like he's saying things, but they're not really always pertinent. Like he's giving off the
So-
idea he doesn't really know.
So we risked our lives for these gems, for you to not
Nothing.
know exactly what to do with them,
Well,
or if they'll even work once you do get
They
to
will.
do with them.
they
And he
will.
looks over at Sayors.
Yeah. Sirius is like, I believe what Perry is trying to say is they do something. It was Perry's father that was the pioneer of finding this vault and finding out more about the Twilight Guardians that you've defeated from there. What he didn't tell Perry or the rest of the Twilight is exactly what to do with them. But obviously, in order for us to study and understand what to do with them, we would need them back in our possession, which is why I couldn't really tell you what they're for, because we don't exactly know what they're for.
Okay, that makes a little more sense. See, that wasn't so difficult, was it, Barry?
And you can see he completely is not listening to you at all. At this point, he's pointing at a whiteboard to which Sigwolf is
Oh
just
my
like staring.
god!
Sigwolf is like in the thinker pose, trying to put it all together. And you're just seeing the red
Yes.
strings pointing at this one and pointing at this one. And there's a map of Grimhollow up there. And then he has like a drawing of like a cat for some reason, and it's pointing to that one.
The cat's really important, guys. I promise.
Unfucking believable.
So it was just like Perry is definitely an interesting individual, but he is grandfathered in, and he's very important to the Twilight. Do you have any plans to leave the city?
I mean,
Yes.
Well,
sounds like we should.
Mhm.
Do you need us not to?
Oh no. I would never say anything like that. I just didn't know if you had your way out planned.
Oh, no. We lost our
Cart.
cart.
Right. So you would
I have a
be.
dragon.
I think that would draw a lot of suspicion, but yeah, that's definitely an option. Can your dragon fit 5 people?
No.
Then you may be in a little bit of a tizzy in that one.
Do you have a cart?
I'm not.
you can borrow or have?
I might be able to scrounge up something for you there, but it will take a little bit of time to reach out to my tendrils in the what I can reach per se. It may be something I can help you arrange, but it won't be very soon. It'd probably be at least 12 to 24 hours before I can fully get you something put together.
Well, I don't think we have much of a choice, so, I guess we'll take it.
Right, okay, let me go start on this letter. Feel free to look around of Perry's effects. I'm sure he won't mind. And he Sirius kind of quickly makes his way back down the stairs, and he's gonna go start working on what he needs to try to get you guys a passage out of here.
You know, I just completely forgot about something. Quick question.
Mhm.
Is Rainey's still just,
I was
Pure
just gonna
white?
ask that. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
You look kind of different there.
Just a little sickly.
We didn't take Bajorn's cart and leave with him.
I mean, we can run down and go
I'm
find
talking,
him.
like out of character.
Oh,
we can look to see if there's anything Perry, if there's anything we can take. Not, I guess he wouldn't mind departing with, and then we can catch up with the.
Yeah, everybody can make a investigation, or I'd say investigation check to kind of look through his different books, and you're kind of seeing if there's anything worth mentioning.
It's best believe we're getting payment.
17.
17. Wow.
Nice.
Mine's a flat 17. I have 0 investigation.
I have a -1. It was an 18.
Don't worry, guys. I got a +7.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
Yikes! I rolled a 2.
Can't
Ooh.
help you find the
I don't know.
books, but if can't help you find them, but if you ask me about the information, I might know. I only rolled a 10.
So I would say you guys kind of peek around his different effects and different books and scrolls and things that he has from there. I will say with a, let's see, 217s from there, you would happen upon a couple interesting bits of information. There would be one small tome that appears to be speaking of, it appears to be the, I believe it was called the Dark Light Express. Let me make sure. I think that's what it was called. The Ghost Light Express, sorry. It mentions something about there's this mystical train that would travel between the living and the dead realms, that passes through a impenetrable fog, only that it would be able to cross. There's another little subset that you've seen there, and it mentions something where the train runs on the souls of those who are lost, and sometimes departed souls that stick around like ghosts that are angry and have hatred are used as like the catalyst to jumpstart the train to continue on its path, as the train could really show up anywhere. All it would need is the bearers of tickets in order to ride, or if you had a brush with death, you would feel more interconnected to it. And I would say on another one you would be able to find is there is almost like a lore about this other land and this different kind of continent where much as like you would read something on Corvair, or you would read a book on Faerun, you read about this land known as like Druskvald, where it's almost set into a very similar style of Grimhollow and Eltharis itself, but it's a little bit more truly subdivided into different sections where there's different provinces, and you have the ashen pits of hell, it seems, and frozen mountaintops and spires, but you also have different cities that kind of populate from there, from like boggy, swampy reaches all the way to high reaching in the mountaintops, like factions of like bird people. It speaks more of that, and then there's some that's almost like it's like an almanac that you would find from there. There's another like subsection of maybe some notes describing someone known as the Horned Beast, which is like a great evil that would plague this area of Druskvald, and by slaying the Horned Beast, you would be able to prevent a great ritual from being done, which would cast the realm into forever darkness from the crooked moon. So there's a lot of like strange tidbits that you get of something from here, where it just seems like intermixed with, like I said, like a cabbage soup recipe, and then there's notes on this. So it just seems there's really no rhyme or reason. And this could all be completely fiction. Like you would have no idea. But this is about when Perry would finish his lecture to Sigwolf, kind of detailing the last little bit of what he was thinking. And he's like, and that's why I think Dalius is evil.
It's all connected, I see.
Finally, someone understands it. I get about halfway through here, and Sayoris he just walks away.
So rude of Sayoris. That freaking stinky man.
I know.
Guy?
He is indeed. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. can't wait to tell the
DM.
others about this.
Never mind.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Kinda interested in
did
the,
wait
the beast book.
was? Sorry, go ahead.
See if I can. Perry wouldn't mind departing with that beast book.
He kind of looks over. He's like, "Did you need something? Is there something that piqued your interest?"
The book about the beast.
Oh, yeah. I'm so sorry. I don't want to make you feel like your adventure was fruitless. Yeah, please take whatever you want. Just don't take too many. You can take that one. That one's okay.
I will take that book about the beast.
I'll
You can see-
take the one about the tickets.
Okay. That was. Let's see. I thought they had like a little insignia. Yeah, there we go. I'd say the front of that book that Lupen has would be something like that on there.
Oh,
Oh, that's sick.
Yep, that is. Would you be able to garner from, I guess, flipping through the pages on the inside? You have like the crooked moon on the top, and then that's the horned beast in the middle, and then you guys would have no idea what the bottom is. You haven't read anything on that one.
I'm assuming the bottom you're referring to the Burning Man thing.
Yes, yeah. There's like
Okay.
a straw man that looks like from Elden Ring. But you would put your context clues together. You'd like the goat-headed thing is probably the horned beast that it is referring to. But I would say you guys, if you have nothing further from there, if you wanted to leave, you could.
I wasn't I didn't fully understand earlier. Did we know if so is Rhaenys regular elf Rhaenys, or is she still the like completely white person?
She's still
It's-
like the white person. But
Yep,
she's got
she's
like
not
her
in
hood on.
changeling
So
form.
it's kind of like
Right. Has she in character said anything about it yet or mentioned anything? I don't remember. It's been a while.
I don't think so.
no. Remember, I
Okay.
just died and I lost my form, and then we lived.
Right. You went unconscious. Yeah. Yeah. Rook is just gonna kind of slowly turn to Rhaenys. Do you want to talk about anything?
Like what?
Oh,
Rhaenys'
I don't
face
know.
She definitely looks a little nervous and is almost like a kid who got caught and doesn't want to talk
Yeah.
about what they did wrong.
Yeah,
you
I don't
looking
know. Your hair. Maybe you're doing something different with your hair. Or the fact that you're completely pale white.
Oh,
Are you? Dean, would I need to roll anything to know what
Nope. Mm-hmm.
these?
Everybody roll history.
Alrighty.
I'm just
Oh,
a little.
wow.
It's just out of character. I'm a little sick.
Yeah.
She's
Feel
like,
a little down.
I feel like Kieran really would need to roll to know what a changeling is, being from the
I
Feywild.
rolled an 18.
Yep.
I got a 16.
Holy schmoly. 21.
Yep, I'd say definitely on a 15 or higher. Except for Kieran, who would probably know as the.
Yeah, 20 anyway.
So everyone
Yeah.
knows.
I was like, as the changelings would be very common, more so in the Feywild. It appears that Rhaenys is a changeling of some kind, with their stark appearance of the pale skin, the eyes, as well as the silver hair. It is kind of a giveaway as what a true nature would be, and it looks like Rhaenys was a form, or maybe that's the changeling's name. We wouldn't know unless we asked her.
What do you change into?
What do you mean?
Can you Can you change
Well,
into
apparently,
like
elf girls.
yeah? Can you change into Ghidorah?
No.
That's not
Oh,
a
that's
thing.
pretty. Oh, let's changes.
I could change into you.
Oh, do it.
I guess I change into Sigwolf.
You would see is she can't get as tall as you, but
Oh, good. She's not as big as me.
you would see as her form begins to slowly shift and change with her clothes kind of going with her. She would get like a darker, like kind of brownish skin, similar to Sigwolf's. She would get the long black matted hair. You can see that the scars and the veins begin to kind of pulsate through her skin from where it's exposed. She grows only about a foot in height, and she gets a little bit like heavier with more masculine defined features. So she's kind of like a Sigwolf light.
Isn't it still
from
in
there.
Rhaenys' clothes though?
Yes.
They're just
Ooh.
torn.
Yeah. I don't
And
like that.
and when she speaks, she could speak exactly like Sigwolf sounds as well.
Damn, did I just tear my clothes out of character?
No.
Oh, okay.
They go with you.
Oh, okay. I could probably get more girls than you.
Whoa, well, try it, please.
Yeah, I was like, as Sigwolf is talking to himself.
Yeah.
Do it.
There's no girls
We
here.
could- Well, no, hear me out. We go on a town. You get me some gals, and then I reap the benefits. It's just perfect.
I think they might get scared that you're a lot taller than.
No, trust. I'll just get on my knees or something. It'll be the same height. It'll be the same height.
Just go to a dimly lit bar.
Just start blind dating.
Can I not? Can I change out of Sigwolf now?
So then she goes back to whatever form you like. You could go back to your base changeling form, or you could change back to Rhaenys. You could change however you like.
I think I'm gonna do like the form she was before she turned into Sigwolf.
So she'd be back to her base changeling form.
That's pretty neat.
So, how long have you been? Well, I guess since birth.
Yes.
Mhm.
What made you choose this?
I don't think I had a choice. I was born this way.
What made you
That's
choose the
appropriate.
Rhaenys form?
Yeah, I was just saying, how long were you in that Rainey's form?
Quite some time.
Yeah, that's how I met her.
Maybe a
It's all
long
come
time.
together. Huh. Well,
Well.
what's more comfortable to you now that's kind of like now that you know you're out in the open, whole hog.
I'm sorry, whole hog.
Whole hog.
You calling me a
It's
hog?
it's. No, I'm saying you're a whole hog. You're free. Which
He's
which
calling
one
you a
would you more
pig.
comfortable in?
I think Ghidorah is hungry. Will you come outside with me?
You're going to be a gemstone.
I'm so hungry I could eat a gym night gemstone.
Mm.
Guess anyways.
I'm like, I would.
Anyways.
I was just saying, I would like to use my DM monologue token, and I want to know what Rhaenys is thinking in this.
That's. I
moment.
was just about to. I'll use mine.
All right, there you go.
I want to use
So-
mine.
All right. So using the monologue token for maybe about a minute or so, describe how the interworking. So this is like a very meta thing. You can say exactly how you feel, what Rhaenys is thinking. No, none of the characters hear this. This is just like your inner monologue of what you're saying.
It's
So
the
just
anime cutscene.
Yeah. If I could, I would choose what is going on through Rhaenys' mind when we first questioned her about the
Okay.
the form.
I would say she probably would be like uncomfortable,
Mhm.
like nervous, I guess, because this is I guess like the first time she's been out of her form in a very long time, like her true self.
Mm-hmm.
Um, um, I'm sorry, this is the first time I'm doing this.
And
okay.
what
That
other
was already
emotions
a
do
good
you
amount.
feel?
Huh?
Like, what other emotions do you feel? Like, are what thoughts are you having in your head? Does it remind you of a specific time or an event or anything from Renice's past?
You don't
Does
have
feel,
to say
don't have
stuff
to.
like
Mhm.
that.
she does feel like a heaviness on her.
Mhm.
Um,
And you don't have to say why. You could just give us the emotions.
Yep.
Yeah.
You could just give a little tidbit.
she does feel like quite like a heaviness and sadness. She does get like a little like I don't say like she winces when she hears Rhaenys' name because you can't wince all the time, but like it's like oh
Yeah. Like a slight recoil.
yeah,
Mhm.
and she's been keeping her hood up because I don't know.
Great.
She just has her hood up and is kind of like she's not sure about herself right now.
So she doesn't like the name Rhaenys?
Well, it's not her name,
Gotcha.
Mhm.
so she's like sad, not sad, but like
She's like
Feel-
retracting into a shell.
Mhm.
yeah. So she's got her hood up, like her face is covered. She's kind of like in the back. So yeah,
Dean, would we be able to see those like
You can see her facial reactions, and you're kind
Okay.
of getting you would be able to get the vibe of that as you were not interrogating, but when you were questioning her about this or that, you would get that kind of vibe where she's showing she's uncomfortable. She's kind of taken back. She's not really the face of the party per se, but any charisma that she would have put forward, such as when she talked to that person today, you see less of. She's definitely kind of recoiled
Yeah.
back from this this conversation.
confidence gone?
and like
Oh,
you
that's
can
enough of that
just,
topic.
like see her face. She's kind of like not say she's like thinking about something, but she's like
Distracted.
yeah. Mhm. Okay, yep, that's all.
There you go. Good job.
Rip.
Nice.
Back into reality.
Oh, there goes
With
gravity.
with seeing that on her face, Rook's gonna, kind of just pivot and be like, how much longer do you think Sewers is gonna be?
Probably not too much longer.
Yeah. It's getting a little cramped in this room.
But I would say you guys probably be able to kind of head downstairs towards to where he was, and you can see he's just finished writing up appears to be another note, and he would take some string, tie it to like a dove's wing or like a bird's wing, and you watch them as they kind of near like a secret little window. They flutter off from there, and he looks back. He's like, "Oh, I just finished. I've reached out to a couple of my associates that are not necessarily associated with the Twilight Tower, but an ally that I would consider. I hope to be hearing something here in the next 12 to 24 hours. I did mention that it was urgent, that we try to find something relatively quickly, but I can't promise anything from there."
Well, appreciate it anyways.
He gives you like a nice little head nod from there. He's like, "If you would like to take it in the tower, you're welcome to, but do know that if you stay here much longer, that you won't be able to leave until dawn. So I don't know what your accommodations would look like as you would head out to the
Right.
evening."
Is Sayoris?
Mhm.
What do you know about the Ghost Light Express?
He kind of looks at you. He's a little bit puzzled. He's like, I've heard whenever," and he almost like has to sit down. Perry does have a lot of ramblings that he does say. I don't know half of it if it's a truthful source or it's fiction. I've never personally seen this Ghost Light Express, but Perry has talked to me about it on a couple occasions, and when I'm politely listening to his ramblings and pointings of cabbage soup pictures, he's mentioned something once or twice where it traverses life and death in some capacity. I don't know too much more than that. An interesting thought, though. Maybe you could find the train.
That'd be a nice way to
That'd be
get
a
out of
fun way.
town.
I was gonna say the same thing. Fun way out.
Could do that.
Yeah, good. I'll say good luck. That's you'd have to ask Perry more about that, and it's about his nap time. So I don't know if you might need to catch him quick.
It's okay. What's the likelihood of us running into the train anyway?
Right. That'd be pretty crazy.
Mhm.
It's getting late though.
It crashes through the tower.
Yeah. His leg's broken again.
I guess we should probably go somewhere to stay. Go find somewhere to stay.
Yeah.
So I'd say you guys will be able to make your way out of the Twilight Tower, bidding Sayoris and Perry a fond evening, and hoping to find something where they would have arranged travel for you soon. You guys would make your way out onto the dock there. You could feel the cool air of the night begin to slowly swelter around you as it is, again, kind of close to that fall weather feeling. So it is a little bit chilly, and you could feel a nip in the air, and the frost begins to kind of settle in on some of the darker areas of the city. You'd be able to kind of continue walking around until, I mean, you could go back to that tavern. You can meander around aimlessly. It's kind of up to you where you want to travel upon. As you see that, looks like it might be you might be able to see the moon tonight.
Do we want to stay closer to
Oh.
to the exit, just in case something goes down in the city, or do we want to?
Yeah, find an inn near the edge of town.
Yeah,
Okay.
just in case something goes tits up, whatever.
Sure.
So I'd say you guys are able to travel for about 20 or 25 minutes or so, make your way towards the outskirts of the city. You can see that the populace has kind of died down a little bit from where you guys were. It's definitely not popping in terms of people just being around. You make your way towards where it looks like it's getting a little crowded, as you can see that there's not like lines, but you can see there's like kind of like queues and kind of different pockets of people. Look like they've kind of packed up a lot of their things, and looks like they're attempting to leave the city from there. You're getting through as the city's kind of layered, there's like little checkpoints that you would kind of go through that looks like been set up from there. You can see where there's the red sash people are kind of coming and going more so as there's a lot of them in this faction that appear to be spread out through the city, and it looks like they're helping people pack up and do things like that. Making your way further out, you can see where some of the inns and taverns look like they've kind of shut their doors and boarded up, or you see signs that say no more occupancy. Looks like a lot of these areas are kind of decently filled up. You could continue on a little bit further to see what's going on more so at the gates, or you can try to take your chances on what you have nearby.
You said there's no room around the place that's close to us?
Not a lot. You guys made your way, you walked
Yeah.
for about 25, 30 minutes or so, and it looks like a lot of these places they're kind of full up.
Did the mermaid place, was that also an inn?
That was more of a bar.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, guess we'll keep going looking for some place that will
And fit six of
hold us for the night.
or fit us all. Go door to door. Yeah.
Are we getting any funny looks with the giant dragon beside us?
That's my emotional support dragon.
I know. I'm just curious still.
Mhm.
You know.
It's
I
quite
think,
large. And
yeah,
a dragon.
I think he would have an innate ability
And bird
as
heads.
yeah to shapeshift to a more travel size,
Okay.
and that way he's not so for gameplay sake because it's very hard to
Right.
explain and not like draw a lot of attention with this big ass dragon.
Pokemon.
Yeah.
So do I
Get
need
you,
to
Paul.
like? Sorry. Do I need to like tell him to like fly in the air or something?
He's tiny. You can make him into a tiny form.
Oh,
He's
I can
back
make him a tiny.
to baby.
Make him like a familiar size.
Baby Dora.
Is
Yeah.
it a clear moon as well, or is it?
Appears to be a full moon that you can see through
Uh-oh.
the clouds and all.
Let's say
Just watch out.
Trying
Lupen, you forgot to shave.
his shift is he's trying to hold together, but his little shifts are kind of showing.
Mm.
Mm.
Is it shave?
Itch.
Well, shit. Should probably try to find something as soon as possible.
All right, let's hurry to the next closest inn we can find.
So I'd say you guys are able to make your way towards less so maybe like kind of back in towards the city a little bit, maybe in hopes of finding something with a little bit more possibility of staying from there. Let me think here. There would be I would say there's not a lot from the outskirts of the city, unless you're back in like kind of the upper area where it's like less affected by this sweeping government change. A lot of it feels like you've maybe kind of missed the window, or everything seems to really be at capacity. There's really not a lot available per se.
So can we just go back to the Mermaid Inn and just?
It was a bar.
Oh,
Yeah, it was
the
supposed to be a
bar.
bar. Mm-hmm.
Can we not just stay there overnight?
I get kicked out. Probably will. We can either
go back
leave
to
the
the
city, camp out for the night, or head to the fancier district.
Are we closer to just going outside of the city to camp, or are we closer to going back into the city?
You'd be closer to the outskirts to leave at this point.
I guess
Okay.
we'll-
How backed up is the line to leave?
It's really hard to tell because you can see there's like pockets of people who look like they're maybe in a line, but you can make your way towards that, and I'd say you maybe wait 10 to 15 minutes to see if there's any kind of movement, and you can see it's just like a big commotion or so. That's probably another 30 minutes of waiting ahead of you, where you can see that you're at like a big checkpoint. You can see that there's a lot of guards in this general area, and it looks like they've kind of begin to narrow down the exits of the city into more so controlled in and out sections that's getting very heavily policed and guarded and kind of like watched from what's going on there.
Maybe there'll be less people tomorrow. Well, said they'll be here to 12 to 24 hours anyway. Guess we could trek back into the main city and find a place. Unless you guys really want to go outside now.
Have the materials to camp? Our cart's not here.
It's true.
Yeah, forgot
Just lay
about
in the
that.
grass, look at the stars. Except for Lupin.
Yeah, don't look at the moon.
Keep this man inside.
He's getting a little.
Let's try one more
howled.
time further in the city. See if we can find an inn.
Lupin's
As you guys begin to,
silently
oh, sorry, go
murmuring
ahead.
the mantra. Just keep
Mhm.
cool.
God.
Do you think I could persuade that halfling to let us stay with some money?
Ooh.
Mhm.
I'd say as you guys begin to, you feel like the talking back and forth and kind of discussing and then walking, discussing then walking from there. I would say Lupin, with the full moon kind of rising from here, and you could feel almost like a big burden from fighting and all that. You feel like it's kind of released. You must feel kind of calm on the inside. As the night has kind of drawn on and you've kind of experienced more of the outside, um, you feel like a throbbing headache from there. So you kind of like wipe your brow and you can feel it's like, oh, you're kind of sweaty. You can feel like your eyes are kind of like they're like tense, like you're staring at something from there. You could feel like your mouth kind of drools a little bit, and obviously you're a little bit more scruffy, but you could feel almost like a sickness coming onto you, some sort of it's like almost it comes in waves where like almost like you feel like a nausea, or you feel like you kind of feel like you're in like a little bit of a stupor. Um, Sigwolf would he would look at you and be like, "Hey, are you good?" And you could muster down, how you feel, and then you let him know that you're probably all right. At this point, this is when you guys would have been at the first little area, making your way to that other checkpoint, and then you would have decided, "Hey, let's head probably somewhere towards the upper area." You keep going from there, and it's almost like the world is becoming cloudy to you. You look down at the ground, and everyone's just kind of like talking back and forth, and I mean, maybe even making jokes or so. But, just making light of the situation, like, "Wow, this place is going to shit." Just another one in the books. But you could see that there's almost like a fog coming in from like between the streetways and the alleyways, and any of the illumination that's coming from like torch lights, like further down. It seems like they're going out like one by one. Like
He's gonna kill everybody in this town.
Would any of us notice this?
yeah, everybody can make a perception
Notice
check,
him. Yeah, him reacting
Mhm.
kind of.
and then
Like,
I would-
buddy,
yeah, Lupin, and I want you to roll a deception check with advantage, please.
Oof.
we're making perceptions.
Mm-hmm.
Deception.
Checking in on my little buddy.
14.
Also,
Okay.
14.
Okay.
I have a 12 and a 6.
I got a 24.
I got a 16.
You can look at Lupin, and you can see where it's like he's not looking pale, but you can see something seems to be off about him. There's really no like rhyme or reason that it seems. He's just like you just watch his eyes kind of like dart back and forth, like he seems like a little paranoid, or he just feels off for some reason. I don't think you guys, maybe besides Sigwolf, have seen something like this that Lupin's done before.
Lupin, you good, man?
Am I able to speak, or am I just murmuring random?
Yeah, you.
Womp, womp, womp.
Yeah, I would say, yeah, you'd be able to speak, and you feel in your heart of hearts like, oh, I'm okay. I feel fine. But something is like gnawing at you. Like there's like something that you just can't shake. Where you would tell them you're okay, but everybody's kind of getting the vibe from what they're looking at you. They're like, something's got to be off on him.
I'm sure. Okay.
Right. Maybe some rest.
Maybe some rest. We should probably
I'll-
find.
I'll probably like look into your eyes. You seem all right, Lupin. Nothing you really want to say.
See, Lupin's eye would be glimmering back and forth between his yellow and his it's what's it, shining or whatever whatever happened for dogs, just shining a little bit more than usual, going back and forth.
Yeah, it's more of like a glint to his eye.
Yeah, we
should-
gotta shack up soon.
You would I would say, let me say, with a 24 perception as well, as you're kind of really investigating and making sure like Lupin seems good, you almost see like it looks like ethereal, like a figure or something, like between an alleyway, and you could just see it's like it looks like it's almost like just floating in a direction. And you see it for about 3 solid seconds, and you're like, that is long enough to notice. I was like, that can't be just like a reflection of light or something. You're like, that that has to be something.
That don't look right.
And it appears like it was just down like one of the alleys from there.
Do I get the hint that's where like Lupin's gaze is kind of like lingering or like flickering?
You would feel this is probably two separate things going on. So something with Lupin and something with the environment. Like it's like it just seems odd.
Ghosts.
Ghouls and goblins.
It's haunted.
Yeah. Ghosts
Um,
and werewolves.
mhm. You guys would kind of like stop for a second and kind of like check on him from there, and you're like, this is like something seems strange. Lupin, you would hear almost like behind you. There's like almost like a whistling, like a. I don't know if I could whistle in Discord. I don't think it would pick up.
I heard
But
it.
just okay. It was just like a little, almost like a little tune, like nothing in particular, just a somber thing from there, and then you kind of look behind you, and you guys just see his Lupin. He just like quickly snaps his head to look behind him. You guys don't see anything besides there's a handful of people who look like they're just walking in a general direction. Lupin doesn't like they're like the fog is heavier for him, and he sees and it's like he hears the whistling, but he doesn't see anything, and then it just kind of it goes quiet for him for a moment. And then you guys, do you guys continue on, or what? What I don't want to direct you too hard, or what's happening.
You just start going towards the end.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna I'll be like I don't know what the like term is where you kind of like have someone like leaning on your shoulder like like they're limping but you're helping him along even though I know he's not limping, but like I'm kind of like helping him along.
Don't begin to
Okay.
breathe.
Rook
Mhm.
looks to Sigwolf. Does this happen?
Only during full moons like tonight. It's more intense than normal. I ain't never seen nothing like this before.
What do you
Or
suggest
rather-
we do?
We just gotta shack up and I'll keep watch on him.
Like Kieran's
Okay.
not like ushering Lupin along, but he's like kind of diagonally behind and just like ready to
Mhm.
maybe grab him in case something does
Mhm.
leak out.
Lupin, no.
um you guys would kind of continue on your little path. I think it would be like Sigwolf and Lupin kind of in the front, kind of ushering from there. Everybody else has kind of like a semicircle closing in behind him just to kind of keep like close ranks from there. You'd continue on. You guys do notice that there's a light fog that is just kind of growing at your feet, but you haven't stayed in the city long enough to really know. It's like it could just be like the weather from there. Lupin, you would hear like the whistling, like it kind of comes through again, very like clearer than it was before. And you kind of like look off to the side and you can see up ahead of you a little bit. It looks like to be some sort of like well-dressed man. He looks like to be almost like kind of like shadowy, incorporeal, but you can definitely make out, almost like a tonality as it looks like he's very posh, but he's kind of like leaning up against the like a building. And he like with a southern almost drawl, he's like, clock's ticking. Getting hungry, aren't you? You feel like... And he almost like immediately just like leans forward. He's like, you might just stab. And then you guys will see Lupin just like his head is just staring out a direction, and you almost feel like lurch forward almost a little bit, just as like a ooh. Sigwolf, you obviously saw him in your grip, but you guys just see it almost looks like he stumbles forward, but almost into like he's in Sigwolf's grip, but he's like almost on all fours. Like he just puts like his hands out almost to Lupin in his head thinking he's like, oh, it's just to catch myself. But you guys see it's almost like a primal state. He was definitely on like all fours, like he was gonna pounce.
I'm gonna try my hardest to point to the direction I was getting my attention, see if my hand signals will get their attention to look that way, see if there anything's there.
Looking that direction.
Okay. You can see he kind of like points up from there, and Lupin feels like he said, I saw something over there, but you guys hear like just kind of like a murmur, like a as he kind of points off in that direction. You guys look and see, and there appears to be nothing over off that side, and he's just pointing at like an alleyway.
All right,
Okay,
we're
it
gonna
seems
try and get
like,
you safe faster.
Yeah. Let's go.
Let's usher a little quicker.
Yeah. So you guys continue on through this path, another like 5 minutes or so with everyone like bated breath, just kind of like holding in from there. Lupin, you could feel like you're there, you see everything's going on, but it almost feels like who you are is in like a glass box inside, and someone else is controlling Lupin the outside. Um, you feel like you're looking to Sigwolf, and you're trying to tell him it's like, hey, this is, just like, let me out, let me out. You almost like feel yourself yelling that because you're like trapped inside yourself, and you're trying to get it out. You're trying to get him to say, it's like, if I could just tell him what he needs to say to me, he just needs to, repeat back our mantra, and that'll get me back to how I need to feel. And then it'll all be good. But you keep hearing like, let it out, like, let me out, let it out. And it's almost like flipping back and forth between let me out and flipping to let it out. Almost as like another voice is joining you to tell you to let it out, to let the monster be free from within you. You can feel it. You can feel it like in your head of just the back and forth, the back and forth, the back and forth. And eventually you feel like your vision kind of is getting cloudy. You can see he's kind of like stumbling from you guys, but then so if you almost feel like in your grip, you feel like Lupin like tenses up. You could feel like almost like a muscle spasm, and you can see his arms are kind of like, you could almost hear like a popping or a cracking. You can see his nails begin to elongate. The fur becomes more matted and tangled upon his hands, his feet. You can see like any shirt that he was wearing begins to kind of burst forward with like a muscular structure begins to form from his legs, his chest, his neck, like veiny. You can see his face elongates almost into like a snout-like form before the last thing Lupin would see as his vision begins to kind of almost cloud around him as he's like searching for anything. He sees almost like two floating lights to where he's meeting, and it's like two dark red circles, and he just hears a howl. And it's we'll take a break. Lupin the werewolf being a werewolf.
Definitely did. Or definitely are.
I kind of surprised myself because I didn't write anything down. I was just like, I want Lupin to like werewolf somehow. So I was like, I think I could just off the dome come up with something from there. And then I knew in my head, I knew when I had it, when I was like, oh yeah, he's locked inside himself, like theoretically. And he was just like, hey, you need to let me out. Like Sigwolf, help me, let me out. But it's also the beast talking, let it out. I was like, oh, I gave myself chills. I was like, oh, I feel like I cooked with that.
I was gonna say, hey, that was metal as fuck.
Sometimes I will set the tone.
Now I just gotta kiss Lupin better.
Oh no, Lupin didn't get his night kisses. Now he's a werewolf.
Wake up the sleeping princess.
I might go on a daily rampage right now.
No.
What kind of area are we in the city? Are we at least near like an alleyway or something?
Are we in a populated area? Or are we in an alleyway?
Yeah.
You're kind of in between, so you've kind of making your way away from where the gate was, to which now you're kind of. It's not really super populated, but you can see where he is hulked out per se, and you're kind of in the middle of the street. But you guys will have. It's not like an initiative per se, but you kind of can theatrically describe what needs to happen to maybe try to like quell this this kind of anger.
Gotcha.
If not, since Lupin has kind of taken over from there, I could we could do a quote unquote fade to black, and then I can narrate the next part. I don't know what you guys would prefer.
I mean,
does
you
anybody
could always try the first one, and if
besides
nothing works.
besides the party, does anybody outside of the party notice?
I mean,
That's what
you're
I
not.
was curious about.
Yeah, you're not really in a very populated area. Anyone who could see you may just think you're carrying a drunken guy home. not uncommon for where you are from there. But you're kind of in like a semi outskirty, not a very densely populated area. As you were just making your way up towards it, so all the logistical ways to go up towards the upper district towers and down to the lower district, you're kind of taking a side road just because all the main roads look like they're packed of people trying to leave or go certain directions. So you're really not too far off.
Okay.
Well, unless Lupen just breaks free and runs. So
Anyway, could happen. Are we back playing or are we still waiting?
let's make sure everybody's good.
Chilling.
Everyone here?
I think we're all here. David?
Over here. Okay.
Hello.
So yeah, I would say that's probably the situation that you guys would be in. Lupin has kind of werewolfed out. Sigwolf's still holding him. Everyone's kind of behind it. Like I said, that kind of semicircle motion. But Sigwolf, you probably would react first, noticing that he is hulked out, and then you could just see these like gnarly fangs and like deep red eyes staring right at you.
Once I see the red eyes glaring, I'll like halt the party, put myself between myself, them, and Lupin, and I'll like just hold his shoulders and just glare into him, and I'll get like, just real serious. I was like, all right, Lupin, I know you're in there. Just remember, 3 things is that cannot what? Hold on.
Uh-oh.
3
Checks hand.
3 things is that cannot belong hidden: the sun, the moon, and I get real close, the truth.
Kiss.
Mwah.
and I kiss him on the snout. You'd be able to see as far as like it almost looks like he like kind of reverts like down a little bit. You could feel like, oh, I got it. Before just in like almost like lightning quick, he kind of it's like his head rocks up and it just like straight headbutts you like in the nose.
Oh.
As you're like, oh, I got it. And then immediately not. Almost to say where like you kind of like drop your grip from there, and you can see he's able to like definitely kind of slide to the side. And instead of like going back towards you, it looks like he's just gonna take off down the street where you guys are heading.
Don't let him out of your sight. I yell at everyone as
Is
we
he-
chase after him.
Oh, he's running away.
It looks
Yeah.
like he's trying to run away, so he's kind of gotten down and he's just gonna sprint off.
Eat the bad
Rook
kid.
is following, yelling,
Mhm.
Lupin, you said this wouldn't happen.
You have to keep yelling the mantra at him. Like
Yeah.
I didn't
we'll
think-
yell back as we keep chasing.
I didn't take you for someone to break promises.
This one, Lupin is just he's within himself. You could just see he's very quick for like his size from there. Just the claw marks as he's kind of like started his sprint is just like almost galloping like through the street itself as he's kind of like everybody can make athletics checks to keep up from him as he is just like he is tearing his way through the street, making his way up and over to the sides.
Hell's
Can I also say
never
yellow
seen him
eyes?
move this fast.
Can I also say yellow eyes? Because red eyes do mean alpha, and Lupin's not alpha. So
Mm.
Yeah.
just hope he doesn't get it.
Fucking Kieran tripped and ate shit.
Oh no.
Rolled a natural 1.
Oh no!
No.
What a horrible time.
17 plus 6.
Okay.
Kieran ran
That's
into
what,
the only
23?
person in the streets.
Kieran's like, all right, I'll catch up on the next corner. I would say it's
I
not.
got a
su-
19.
Okay, 19. Yep.
I got a
As you see-
25.
Oh yeah, you're seeing as Lupin. It looks like he's supposed to like he's making headway. Like he's got a little bit of a head start for everybody was ready, but it seems everyone but Kieran is able to quickly kind of close up the gap, and you can see as he's kind of like
stretched.
yeah, Kieran's, he's like oh fuck, I pulled a hammy, and you can see almost in the blink of an eye they've moved 60, 80, 90 feet away, and they are just losing you in the dust. Everybody else is kind of keeping up from there. You can see where on the street he'll cut to a corner from here and continue on from there, knocking over like there's like a stand of something there. There's empty barrels, a couple crates, and he either bounds over them or like crashes through them, like sending debris and everything everywhere. Continuing to gallop along another like side little alley street. If you are called up to him, what would you like to do? You can have, like, I guess, kind of one action per se to attempt to quell or slow him.
I'm gonna keep yelling the mantra at him. If I was the first one to reach, if not,
Mhm.
then I will relay that everyone else should yell the mantra I just
attempt to
said to
tackle
him originally.
Have to say as he's kind of like galloping from there. You could see as you're like almost like shouting it back to him, you could feel Lupin is within there like fighting, and you could see like he's like turning his head almost like a dog whistle, and he's like, it almost kind of throws him off for a little bit, like slowing his progress as he kind of like you watch him turn. He didn't take a corner as sharply, and he kind of crashes into it. You can see there's like a the building kind of absorbs most of the impact as this very large, like 300-pound beast has smashed into some of the wooding, scaffolding, and raft. What is it? I guess like side paneling from there, as it's made a small crater, as like he's kind of shaking his head and continues to clamber on down the street. Rook, you said you're gonna try to tackle him.
Actually, I'm gonna try something else instead.
Mhm.
This is completely up to you. I don't know if my magic is back yet. I've yet to test my magic. I don't know if
Mhm.
it's still not working. But I'm gonna try anyways, and I'm going to just slowly reach out and I'm gonna say, you don't want to do this, and I'm going to cast friends on him. Attempt to, if I have my
Okay.
spell casting back.
Yep. So you go out and you can see the magic almost immediately leaves your fingers as it's just like almost like a hose that was backed up with water and immediately got to like be released. You can see the magic flows from you as you cast these enchanting words of friendship to try to quell him from there. You can see where if he wasn't in such like a insane or a feral primal rage of like werewolfdom, you would be able to get to him and do that, but you can just
Okay.
see that the words just don't have an effect to him there. Rhaenys, you're also close. Do you want to try to take an action or so?
Nobody's gonna like my answer. Did I shoot him in the
No.
leg?
What?
Is
What do you
this
want
a
to
bullet?
shoot him with?
My arrow.
Unlethal bullet.
Do you
Trip that
have
motherfucker up.
I have daggers too, so I can throw that.
ensnaring strike?
Mm-hmm.
Would you like to make an attack roll with a ensnaring strike to see if you can catch him with that?
Cast that spell. First spell cast in 7 sessions, I think.
I've cast ensnaring strike before.
Mhm.
How do I do that? I'm sorry.
It should be a ranged spell attack.
Yeah.
All right. So what does that say? Is that a
I don't know what I'm supposed to be looking at here.
Oh.
Cast.
If you click the actual thing, it'll give the details of the spell. It'll say, like, if there's a saving throw he has to make.
He does. Yeah, he has to make a save. Yeah, get the dice out from here. Get my dice out.
What's
I do.
I guess what's
Could it
this-
be a
what do I have to
higher
say to
level?
this?
Like-
She
like-
cast it at second level.
Yeah, it doesn't change the DC, which is a strength 14.
You just hurt him more.
So she fires off the arrow, and you can see, and it goes whizzing past. Rook goes whizzing past Sigwolf, and you can see vines begin to like outstretch on the arrow itself, and you see it makes contact, and it hits him in the back of the leg, and you see the vines begin to slowly kind of intertwine onto his leg, and it looks like it's going to slow him down before he just. And like as he's galloping, he takes his other paw and just whoosh and snatches the arrow away, like tossing it to the side. As it impeded him a little bit, but not enough to really slow him down. And he continues galloping along from there. At this point, he's making a little bit of a ruckus where you can see that people have kind of noticed, and they're just like, "What's going on over there?" Everybody make athletics checks again to try to chase him.
This mantra was supposed to work, Lupen. Come on.
Hey,
23.
nat 20.
17?
Nice. What'd you
Nice, he's back in it.
get? 17.
From a nat 1 to a
Yeah.
nat 20.
And what'd you get, Rook?
25?
Okay, yeah. So this is going way better than I thought it was going to.
Yeah.
We care about Lupen. We love Lupen.
as he continues on going from there, like sprinting as quick as like he almost has like no rhyme or reason to where he's going. As he's like jutting left, jutting right, going down this alleyway, coming back up this street. He's just like rampaging through these small corridors. Everybody is immediately like catching up to him. Like he's not really making any ground out of anybody's sight. You guys were all within like striking distance, it seems. Kieran, do you feel like you would use the rooftops at all?
I was thinking just straight on the streets.
Okay. I didn't know because I mean with like a natural 20. Somehow, just for however he's just feeling that primal sense, Kieran just has the magic route. He just knows the best way to kind of cut him off. And,
probably.
yeah, I mean you could throw a face step in there, and you can almost see them like 2 alleyways over, and you're like, all right, quick math in your head, and you face step, and as Lupen is coming around the corner, you are dead in front of him. Like you've kind of cut him off at the front from here. What would you like to do as you're the first one to act in front?
I cut him off and he's running towards me.
Yeah, so you're basically, you got like 10 feet in between, and he's like full speed sprinting at you.
My first thought was straight armbar, or not armbar,
Clothesline.
fucking close the line.
Okay. All right, as he's moving it from there, is that what you want to go with?
What are my options mechanically? Let's see. I mean, grapple or shove. I guess shove would be kind of like a trip thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you so I'll allow it where I can kind of word it where if you want to go with like the attack, that could be like to like slow him down, or if you want to shove him, you would like almost attempt to stop all his momentum and push him. It'd be easier to do the attack, but you can, however you want to do it, I'll roll with that way.
I guess I'll just try to trip him up. It'd be DC, I think 16.
Okay.
Check. Let's see.
You don't want it to come back to me.
Right.
Maybe DC 16.
Okay.
Strength or
I
dex.
was planning to fucking kill him.
I'm gonna shoot him again.
So as he's kind of like bounding like towards you, like you go with the like kind of the armbar strategy, and you can feel where you catch him like clean exactly like you need to, and you can feel like his front paws flip, and he's almost like on his back, and then you're able to kind of like come back around and sweep with the leg, and you almost immediately kind of like put him down to where he's like sliding on his back from just the momentum. He's just carrying himself there. He's like flips and rolls and then crashes into the like the next street over as he's almost like fallen into a storefront, and you can hear like the glass shatter. You hear there's a lot of commotion from there. You can see that a small like kind of within a few seconds, a couple people who were on that street are kind of like, what the fuck just happened? There's like I was like, this dude just tripped this like furry thing that just fell into this store. As he's kind of like laying, you basically stopped him at that point. He's crashed into the store. What does everybody else want to do? I'll let you guys go in kind of in order there, since he's not technically in the chase sequence.
Okay, it's just like, sorry.
Can we pull him into the store?
He's in the store. Yeah, he's.
Yeah, I think he crashed.
Do we see
through it.
him like getting up already, like ready to dip again?
He's a little dazed, only from just like the exhaustion, as he's not done this in a while, and he's sprinted through this like as quick as he can for about 45 seconds to a minute. And then he is just, all his momentum just kind of tripped him up, and he has crashed in there. So he's down for maybe at least a round or so in that storefront.
Okay. How far away are we? We're still like pretty like 30 feet.
I would say you'd be able to cover the distance in that time, because like Kieran is basically put him at a dead stop. That's in that like street front.
Kieran's
Bought us
just
some
looking
time.
like nervous and panicked back and forth at like him crashed into the storefront and then back to like you guys catching up. Just like, am I supposed to hold him down or?
Yes,
Sorry, I think I cut
yes.
off kanji.
Rook's just gonna out of breath, kind of like slowly slow down and go, yeah, or hang on, let me try this. And he's gonna just weakly hold out his hand, and a soft yellow light is gonna beam down on him and some radiant chains are going to shackle around as I'll cast Hold Person.
Ooh. So I won't even roll for him. So as he's kind of like crashed up in from there, you can see that as you all are almost really like approached, they kind of done like a I'm trying to think what's the word, like an ensnarement. As you guys are making like an ensnarement formation like towards him, you kind of cast it out. And you can see these holy chains spring out and almost like just go and like start wrapping around his leg, wrapping around his arms, and you can feel like the chains are like taut. As you can see, like they have a soft golden glow. As like you see, he's straining against it with like all his might, like ching, ching, like, and he's like he just can't break free out of that. As you currently have him restrained.
Quick, kiss him.
Easy there, Tiger.
It's like the ref catching the basketball in front of the people. It's like, whoa, you girls all right?
Ladies.
I'll as soon as
Rook.
Rook ties him down. I don't like pounce on him, but like I kind of like just hold, like I like get back on his shoulders, and I'll repeat the mantra yet again. I have a bookmark now.
Okay.
Three things that cannot belong hidden: the sun, the moon, the truth. Three things that cannot, and I'll just keep like repeating it, like kind of like not shaking him, but just like beating his chest, like, come on, I know you're in there, like trying to get him out.
Lupen, you could feel almost like a massive headache in your head, and you feel like your vision begins to slowly uncloud as the last thing you remember is your friends like kind of just looking at you, and you can see that his form begins to slowly kind of shrink back as he's leaving the werewolf form, and you can see like he's kind of coming back to, and you can see him like look up, and you can very faintly hear him call out like "Sick Wolf," as this is now you're back in control of your character now, Lupen.
What happened?
I would improve. You're really okay. Rook has his hand out, still holding the chains.
I'll show you how, and I'll kind of like open his eyelids like wide so everyone can like kind of see that his eyes are not gleaming red no longer.
Yeah, you can look
Like
and see where the red is kind of faded off to where now he has let's see, skip that. Get back to this. Oh, this like battle music. That's not what I wanted.
Uh-oh.
Combat time. Stop that. Yeah, I was like, stop it.
Make our own music.
Yeah.
It's gonna drown us.
Oh no.
He's kind of come back to where now you can see where he's back to his normal form. Very sore. You could see almost like if you ran as hard as you could for about like a minute and minute and some change. Crashed into a couple things. You were feeling like, and your body like kind of stretched and contorted where you haven't done that in so long. You're feeling pretty fucked. Like tired, confused, your head is throbbing, and you can see that whatever that figure is, it almost like you hear the whistle fading away, and you just hear the voice saying, "Bye for now." It like would just fade out of your sight.
Am I still chained to
Does anyone want to use a monologue token right now?
You know what? Yeah,
I'll do
sure.
it.
No, you got it. Okay.
Okay. All right. So instead use a monologue token. I imagine on Lupen. So Lupen, kind of describe how. Yeah, that'd be crazy. But, Kieran, what do you think of this situation?
Damn, that's crazy.
So describe how you feel. This is the first time that you've you quote unquote broken your oath or broken your promise to the party, as you've lost control. Just how do you feel? What is Lupen thinking? What does he feel?
You don't have to reveal any secrets,
Yeah.
but you can. Yeah. Okay. Just
I
making
would say
Yeah,
currently
why'd you fuck up?
Lupen is confused and pissed. Confused on why this happened. This only happened when he was younger, when he completely
sure.
wolfed out.
Mm,
This hasn't.
Uh-huh.
He had control for a long time. of not wolfing out and using his werewolf side correctly. He's pissed that whatever that was in his head, that he was the only one that could see it, and that thing causing him or it causing him to wolf out, because he did make a promise to not just his friends, but his mother and his kind of his father, that he would not use this power or strength as a. He promised to use it more as a last resort, or use it as helping others, not as a weapon, I guess. But he's mainly overall confused and pissed and why this happened, and wants to figure out who this thing why he was only able to see it, and what's their motive besides causing chaos. Is he trying to use Lupen as a weapon for something, or trying to get to his family or something, or just trying to figure out who this person was, and again, confused and pissed at the same time.
I like monologue tokens, guys.
Yeah.
I am now invested.
Yeah, but you feel connected to that character.
Yep.
With how he feels.
Yeah, I'm so glad to help Lupen, not Hulk out.
At around this point, Rook would lower his hand, and the radiant chains protruding from the ground tying him will dissipate.
Okay. So they would fade away.
Yes, what the hell happened?
Big Wolf will kind of like, you lost yourself a lot.
Yeah, you lost control.
Yeah, last thing I remember was looking at you guys, and next thing you know, I'm chained to the ground. This isn't something that happened for a while now. Do you see what I was trying to? I don't know if I remember pointing at something or someone.
Yeah, there was nothing there. Are we? Hang on a second, Dim. Are we just in someone's house?
So I was going to allude to that, but I wanted this moment to kind of give space.
You
for
wanted to
this
play
moment.
out.
Okay,
So
sorry.
obviously you can have this little conversation from there. Just think there's like a glass storefront. So you're not decently that you've sprinted your way the long way, going to like an upper district area. You've kind of smashed into this very nice storefront. The store is obviously closed at night,
Right.
but there's, let's say it was like a general grocery store. So there's kind of produce everywhere. There's like vegetables spilled over. There's jars broken. There's a good substantial amount of damage that has been done. And just think you basically like drove a car through the store. He didn't get that far in, but you're kind of like, you guys are kind of half in the store, half out. I would say at this point, there's a small little crowd forming. You could hear some people yelling to get the guards. These people are robbing this place. There's a lot of confusion. They don't know what's going on. And it looks like a small bit of commotion is going to form here in the next 2 minutes about what's going on from there. So I don't know if there was an
Right.
escape route planned or what you had from there. You're kind of at that moment.
So
Yeah, we should go.
get you moving, buddy. I'll help Lupen to his feet, like, from his back, to like kind of guide him up some more.
Kieran's gonna dump a bunch of gold on the store counter and then just start.
That's
picking
what I
up
was
some
about
stuff
to
in the
do.
store.
Steal an apple. real quick.
Oh, Jesus. So as you guys kind of like hoist Lupen back out of the store, the shards of glass kind of protruding around, you guys kind of like step up and out and kind of go, and you can see the crowd is just like, hey, they're stealing.
We
Look,
left gold. Fuck off.
and then the guy looks, he's like,
Use your eyes.
I couldn't hear them. They're leaving with the store's gold. I just see the gold. They're either the dumbest.
That means
robbers
an
I've ever
accomplice. I yell at the guy yelling.
seen. Make a persuasion
Times are
check.
tough.
Times are tough.
Oh my gosh, that's a natural 20 plus
Oh, yeah.
8.
Oh Jesus! So as you say, well, that guy's an accomplice. Everyone kind of looks over. They're just like, Did you know about this? And they immediately start pointing at each other of just like a small commotion. So as the guards were making their way towards you guys, you can see where the small kerfuffle of like people, it almost immediately within 30 seconds breaks up to a fist fight in the street. So
My God.
they are just so like, because this guy's like, no, I'm not a part of, like, he's so confused why he was just like, why would you believe this random dude that was in the store? Like, he's so lost. And so obviously he's defending what he wants to think. And so within 30 to 45 seconds, there's a fist fight going on in the street. And the guards,
Good
instead of investigating the crime scene of where Lupen has crashed into the store, they're currently trying to break up this fight. So
Man,
even
let's
the
get the fuck
guards,
outta here.
even the guards coming from the other side of the street, almost like don't ignore you, but they're just kind of like, and so they'll go into
Bigger
the
fish to
commotion.
fry.
There's 5 or 6 people throwing hands over here, and you
I'm
guys
paying
just look,
attention.
yeah.
It's like they're just the 5 people with their hands full of stuff going out of this broken
Yeah.
store.
All the good Samaritans just were face fighting.
So it was a very persuasive argument. But you guys are able to kind of definitely make your way out of that general vicinity and kind of like haul ass. I would say you're able to kind of continue on down the street. So you feel like you're a safe ways away, like a quiet, secluded kind of area to kind of regain some composure with what's going on from there. I would say you make your way to, it looks like a small cemetery on like an empty, long, dark road. There's, you can see there's a couple of headstones. All the homes here, as you're more of a residential area than commercial, there's no candles or anything lit. There's no lanterns. It's a very dark street, perfect for you guys to really regain some composure.
I like help Lupin like sit down. Like you said we're like in an alleyway.
Cemetery.
Yeah, there's like a small little
Okay.
cemetery. You're in like a small
Yeah.
little residential area.
I'll like help him like settle down on like unfortunately like, probably someone's like tombstone, and just help him like sit. So, feeling a little better, buddy? A little less fuzzy? A little less hairy?
Lupus just take a couple deep breaths and just start by saying sorry. Asked if was anyone hurt, that anyone killed during this. Hopefully not.
I think you were
Only
the
this
one
one
most in
kid.
danger.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, Rainey shot you.
Listen,
She was trying to be effective.
If you look over yourself, you can see like one of your back hind legs, like near your quadricep thigh, is a small protrusion wound where an arrow was there. You're probably more worried about you see there's a lot of cuts and scarring along your arm where the blood is still not flowing, but it's not stopped. You're still kind of seeping from there. You have many different shards of sharp pieces of wood and glass protruding from your shoulder down your back and towards the back of your legs as well, from where you have collapsed. And your throat is definitely bruised from where you were running full speed and Kieran kind of arm barred clotheslined you to kind of slow you down. And your general body feels like you just did 3 of the most intense workouts you've ever done in your entire life. So it's all kind of catching up to you as your adrenaline is kind of fading off. You're in a good bit of pain. You're not feeling too hot.
Kieran will help pick the glass out of his back.
Rook's gonna
Do I
walk
know
up
that-
behind and just
Sorry, go for it.
hand hover on his back and faint blue light mixed with the radiant gold cure wounds.
Okay.
First level.
Yep. You almost immediately feel the wounds kind of seal up. You stop profusely bleeding, and the bleeding stops altogether. You feel a little bit more energized. You do feel really tired, but you're at least not. You don't feel like you're dying. You don't feel as sore. It's definitely giving you a little bit of ailment or an aid. Sorry, it's giving you aid to your ailment.
You get drunk off the healing.
That feel good.
I like this kind of ale too.
Do I know Kieran was one that stopped me? Not really.
He'd probably apologize for it.
Yeah.
I
Yeah, I
was
was a
just
kid would. Yeah.
giving Kieran kudos being able to they actually stopped me. Just because say sorry, ask if I killed or hurt anybody else besides I guess myself. I guess kudos to everybody trying to stop me. And would I be able to remember what the guy looked like? That was-
You just roll a d20 for me. We'll find out.
Oof.
8.
Oof.
You have a vague description of like a masculine, well-dressed figure with a whistling tone is about all you could recall.
Now, hopefully then just be hopefully catch myself before this guy shows if he shows up again, or if he shows up for anybody else.
Do you normally see imaginary people?
No. This was a first of many years of me wolfing out like this, and first time seeing someone making me turn.
He made you.
Felt like he made me turn. Whatever he was doing, whatever I was seeing, I thought I had control. And again, I saw you guys standing in front of me, and next thing I know, I was in the store. Never,
You took the express lane.
never.
He
Would
just really
I-
wanted to get a deal.
Yeah, these midnight releases are crazy.
Would I be able to use like the like part of the barbarian like magic awareness to see if there's something that like what's the word? Is it coaxed? Like coaxed
into the- yeah.
Lupen? Yeah.
Yeah. Is that an ability that you have?
Yeah, it's just from since I haven't like I haven't done the effigy yet. It's that magic
From-
awareness where I can
okay.
know what school it's from, and I
Yeah.
forgot the other thing that it did, but
I got you. I'll give you this instead. As you go to feel that connect to the magical sense to see if there was anything that was influencing his mind or tricking him from there, you just get an eerie kind of creepy feeling. You're like, I'm picking up on some vibes that are not what we are right here. And you're like, you don't know if it's the graveyard getting to you, but you kind of look around and you can see that there's just like, you swear, you're like, it's like a floating thing. And then you look over there and you can see there's like, oh, there's another one. And you can see almost like these ethereal, almost ghost-like figures are kind of just like aimlessly floating just around where you guys are. They're not really interacting with you. They just are in the environment. You when you're doing that magical sense, that is the first thing you notice. You're just like, whoa, there's a couple things are pinging on my radar.
do I feel threatened
everyone
by
else see this?
them?
I would say in that time you're all focused on like Lupen, but once Sigwolf kind of mentions something from there, you guys would all kind of see that these are not entirely invisible. And he's like, do you see that? You almost see like a distorted air before you can see there's like a small translucent bluish hue to each of them.
Is blue good or bad in Ghost Land?
Usually good.
Thank God.
I would say as you notice those as well, you almost strangely enough hear some sort of music coming like down the alleyway. You can hear what sounds like a fiddle or like a violin. And it's just playing like just a ginger little tune, just enough to kind of almost kind of like send a chill down your spine. You're like, that sounds very strange. And it's just like a just a little song that it sounds like it's playing with a little rhythm. And you must look and you can see the ghosts that are kind of there. They're almost like swaying to the tone. A few more moments pass and you can see that it gets a little bit louder and a little bit louder. and you can look and see there appears to be a small creature that has come out from the other side of where this I guess where the wall was. And strangely enough, there appears to be a frog on two legs, about the
Vlad.
size, maybe no, maybe about 3 foot tall or so. He's got like a Russell, little kind of grizzled jacket to him. He's wearing like a little hat. He's got a little, like a almost like a long piece of straw or wheat out of his mouth. And
Hello,
it
my
has-
baby.
Hello, my darling.
Is he supposed to be a kappa or whatever they're called?
Not exactly, but he just looks like a just kind of like a pseudo western like frog, and he's just like playing a little violin, and he's kind of humming a little tune. And he doesn't really notice you to a certain degree. He's more focused on, it seems like, the spirits. And it's almost like he's playing a little song. He does not look ethereal. He looks very real. He looks very there.
You guys seeing that? I
Seeing
point to
what?
the very obvious frog thing.
Yeah, Rook's
Yeah,
expression
see the
kind of
frog.
just drops when he sees a frog now out of nowhere.
You would see he kind of gets all the way up to where you guys are, and he kind of stops playing, and he kind of looks at you, doesn't say anything, just blinks both eyes. He takes his hat off, and he kind of gives you all like a little bow, puts his hat back on. He's like, "Good evening."
Lupen, this
really
wasn't the
think I
guy
shouldn't have
that
eaten.
made you turn into a werewolf, was it?
No. Thank God.
I think I should stop eating gemstones.
Hi there.
He looks over. He's like, "Well, it's a pleasure to meet you. Well, pleasure to meet some of those who are alive." And he blinks one of
What?
each of his eyes again.
Oh, it's so wrong.
He's gonna come.
Mhm. He's like, and he looks over. He's like, "Well, will y'all be joining me on my journey this evening?"
Depends.
Where?
Journey
Do you
to
fly?
what?
Okay, there was 3 different questions. I need one. I just need one.
That's it.
That's true. One of them.
I think
Uh,
me and Chris had the same question, so can't you go?
Yeah.
Oh, you're not gonna like my question.
All right, well, let's hear that question anyway first.
Don't let him speak.
Do you fly?
What?
Well, I don't, but I do ride, if that makes sense.
So then I
Right.
guess then it would be me and Rook's question of where. I think that's what Rook was going to ask.
Pretty much.
Oh, well, we only really go kind of with one destination, which is Druskenwald, of course. Would y'all be
Wow.
joining? I have to make a stop for these humble spirits that you have happened upon. Bless you.
No, sorry.
Maybe you are closer to death than I thought.
I had that epiphany. I was like, oh my god, it's the fucking Soul Train.
He is not getting on the Polar
Soul
Express.
Train.
Soul Train.
Sorry. What's it called? Isn't it called the Soul Train?
If I'm not mistaken, don't we need tickets?
Bet you would.
I think we have tickets.
Do we?
Do we?
Mm-hmm. I
We had some. I
Yeah.
don't remember if we had enough though.
think you had 5.
Oh, okay.
I think you had those 5 semi-translucent tickets for a 1 pass on the Ghostlight Express.
Oh, Ghost
Holy
Light.
schmoly.
Is there a ticket back?
Who knows?
Hmm.
As you kind of stand there, kind of looking like that, he's like, "Oh, and the train's arriving now." And you kind of look, and there's nowhere for a train to just be. But you hear like a locomotive. You hear like the you hear it like a solid train whistle, like the doo doo.
Yeah.
and you see almost out of like the billowing fog that is kind of encapsulated like one side of the street, you see a very long black train begin to and like chug its way, and it looks like it almost goes on forever as it kind of goes and passes you, and you can see eventually you'll hear as the brakes engage, and you can see that there's a compartment or like a little train car where you'd be able to walk up the stairs and enter into the train if you'd like. You can see that the spirits begin to slowly float, and they begin to make their way onto the train itself. Doesn't appear that they have tickets, but it looks like they've definitely punched their ticket to get on the train. But it appears that this frog man, he stands there. He's like, well, if you'd like to join, doors open for you. We'd love to have some more company.
You like the conductor or something, Mr. Frogman, ghost guitar guy?
Well, you could just call me the vagrant, but I'm just a humble ferryman. I just guide souls to the other side.
We're not
It's when we die if we get on.
You won't, I promise. You wouldn't you won't die. This is the safest way to get to Druskenwald, and it's almost the only way to get there. As through the impenetrable fog between living and dead, there's only one way through, and that's on the Ghost Light Express.
Rook is walking forward to it immediately.
No hesitation. Okay.
Not talking, he's just going straight for it.
What is it that we're doing in Druskenwald as he follows?
I don't know, but I'm going.
This feels
So-
like a weird impulsive decision, but okay.
This is what Kieran does best. So he kind of hops up into the train. I imagine everybody follows suit.
Yeah.
slowly.
You don't have to.
Some of
With the
you read
party
the
here.
books.
Yeah.
Kira
you
did
guys-
not read the book.
Mhm.
I got the explanation from Harold or whatever his name was.
Yeah, you get a little bit of something from there, but you can
Guess
feel
wherever it is
as
in here.
yeah.
Rook will hand Kieran the book talking about a little bit about. I remember there was two books. Lupen had one, Rook had the other.
Mhm.
Rook will hand Kieran one of them and just say, I gotta go. If you want to come along, feel free, but this is my chance." And he's just gonna keep walking.
For whatever reason, you guys see this is probably one of the most conviction feelings that Rook has ever felt going towards this. For whatever reason, he just has a drive and like a desire, more so than almost anything, with a sole purpose to get on the to get on the Ghost Light
Ghost
Express
Light
from there.
Express.
Mhm.
Me
I think
too.
Kieran stands there, looks at the book that Rook gave him, thinks about what he says, looks at Rook going towards it, looks around, thinks for a second. Oh, and then he begins to catch up.
Everyone, I'll do this for funsies. Everyone, roll a perception check.
Ooh. He's breaking the rules. That's my job.
Sorry, I'm Deem.
Nat 20.
Oh, my
Holy
goodness.
schmoly! All right, well, let's see what the others are cooking with.
So
Nat 20 as
Kieran-
well.
Kieran doesn't see them this time.
Two.
Oh my god! All right.
We really want to know.
What did Rainice get?
16.
Okay. Sadly, everyone but Rainice.
Oh my god.
Sorry about that. Most nosy one.
Good thing
You
we
would
got, like, a
all
9.
see almost in the corner of your eye. It just you could swear that you can see a female spirit begin to apparate in and out, and is following closely behind Rook before disappearing again. And he's already getting to the train. What the fuck? What the frick?
Lupin
Mhm.
will slowly get himself up and jump onto the train.
Yeah, the guy in
Okay.
the casts.
Right, so you guys are able to hop onto the Ghostlight Express, walking into like the first little train car as the door slides gently behind you, and the train begins to chug along into the night. Um, in this just general train car from here, all the cars that you would be able to enter, because you could go through different cars in here. They all have different things that are going on in there. Let's see. All the cars have a 9-foot tall ceiling and are encased by steel support beams. Flickering brass lamps illuminate each train, shedding bright light throughout. Each car of the train has 2 interior vestibule doors, one at the front and one in the back, with 2 exceptions of different cars from there. Let's see. You would actually be able to see ghostly forms of passengers appear and fade randomly throughout the train cars as they are moving on to the afterlife, hoping to avoid becoming a haint. They seem to be sometimes watch the characters, but they don't always respond to attempted interactions. Let's see. So, and with the windows, you notice that the train's windows, they don't open. And that you just see like a ghostly fog on the outside. Let me see if there's anything else on here. I think the first time you guys would be in a passenger car. The car's filled with rows of forward-facing cracked leather seats. Velvet curtains, once rich in color, hang faded. The Ghostlight Express lurches forward with 2 short blasts from the train's whistle, followed by a screech of wheels that sound like the shrill note of a violin. Then, the percussive chugging of the locomotive. Moments later, the view out of the window on either side of the car obscures. Shifting green smoke swims past the glass, completely veiling the realm beyond. You can see that there's ghostly passengers that are riding peacefully, seated on the tattered remains of once lavish upholstery seating. They simply look forward or out of the window with empty eyes, ready to meet whatever comes next, and none seem to have any baggage. Let's see. Yeah, so I'd
Can
say
you
you
like
guys.
freely walk around?
At least so far in this train car, you can. It's you 5 are the only ones that seem to be real. It appears that the ferryman or the vagrant, he is still here with his little violin, and he's kind of just walking his way through the car, just checking on things from here.
But like,
Um,
can I walk around and like see other spirits?
you can see all the spirits. They kind of are just ethereal, and they just sit there, and you almost like even if you talk to them, they look like they're in their own world, just kind of like looking out through the window.
I'm just looking.
Rook is going to sit down
Mhm.
and just softly smile.
Um, the ferryman would speak up to once more. He's like, "Well, I will be making my way towards the front of the train. I do warn you that there are some haints that are possibly on this train, as we cannot keep all good spirits on here, and some of them just have a little bit too much anger to pass on from this world. Um, I wish I could do something more to help them on their way, but usually they don't do too much harm and tomfoolery. I will advise you, though, do not open any of the exterior doors or windows uh, unless you want the most dangerous spiritual mist as we are making our way to Justfall to into the cabin, which would not be good." Um, and she kind of looks over to where Renice is almost kind of like trying to maybe taking an interest in the ghosts and stuff from there. He's like, "Well, I do suggest that if you wanted to speak to some people, as you can see that while they are polite, they do not converse. You may be able to speak with 2 more lively passengers." And he almost like ribbit laughs as he says it. Philip and Adelia Druskvald. They would be sure to welcome you upon the humble train that we are on.
Are they like in charge?
He kind of, as he's making his way out towards one of the doors, he's like,
Rook leans his head out from this from
yeah,
the cart.
yeah. He's like, more or less. They're just a few carts down, but feel free to make yourself at home. We'll be there shortly. And he kind of exits through. Let's see.
Boy, things are getting wacky.
Mhm.
Who has monologue tokens left?
Oh, I'll use mine. What you
what?
think right now? How you like being on the train going to the place you wanted to go to? Unpack some shit.
You.
Oh, I wasn't saying to use it. What the hell?
Well, you asked.
Mm-hmm.
No, all right. Are you actually using it?
Yeah, I don't see why not.
Okay. And what exactly are you using it for?
Wanting to know how a rook feels going to where he's trying to goes to. How you feeling?
Okay.
Unpack
Okay.
some shit.
Yeah, yeah. Rook is a very jaded individual. And you would see for the first time he feels almost hope, almost a sigh of relief that he can finally potentially stop having to run and hide things. Just a weight is lifted off his shoulders. He's just relieved. He's very relieved, and he keeps looking in the corner of his eye to see if someone's there, but someone's not. But he still looks.
Let me talk to him. Let me talk to him.
Who's he looking for? Who's he looking for?
I'm gonna come over here. I'm gonna sit across from him and be like, are you looking for somebody too?
What?
Was that like a what? You couldn't hear me, or like a
I'm not really following.
you're not looking for anybody? Hoping to see anybody?
I am, but I don't think I'll ever see them again, like how it once was. So, I don't know. Maybe looking for closure.
Hmm.
Is that good enough for you?
Yes.
Meanwhile, Ghidorah is outside the train, like, where'd she go?
Yeah.
Where'd she go?
Yeah, just flapping away.
Also, I
Inhaling
didn't.
all that bad
Wait.
mist or whatever.
Also, when you said what, that wasn't like my character. That was me saying like, do I gotta say it again, or
No,
it
no.
wasn't. It wasn't her.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Because when you
It
said
worked
what,
out either way.
yeah. So yeah, it just wasn't her saying that. So we're good. And then I just look out
Now,
the window.
now that Rhaenys is here, he's gonna stop looking into that corner, and he's just gonna kind of look out the window.
Okay.
I didn't sit like right next to you. I sat like in front of you.
Yeah, but you're in the general area.
You're mucking up my style.
No, no, just not necessarily a bad thing.
She can get back up and start walking the cart again.
Okay, well, great. That's not the impression I wanted it to give. Well,
She's like, fuck this guy.
all right.
I'm
Sorry,
I'm just pacing the cart, like looking around, so everybody else
okay.
can do.
So yeah, I'd say yeah, a lot of this as you're just in the car. You can explore between different carts if you like. There's at least 6 different types of carts you can go from there. Or if you wanted to look more so into the people that are in this car, you could do that as well.
I'll ask Rook. I'll like look to him. I'm assuming we're all in the same cart. Hopefully.
Sure. Rook just immediately sat down in one.
Okay.
Sitting on someone.
Yeah. Sorry, ma'am.
Yeah, I should choose another seat. Ghost, bitch. Is this like home? You a ghost? Hmm.
No. He looks like genuinely like, what the hell are you talking about? He holds out his arm. I'm not. You want to test?
I'll like gnaw on it.
Gnaw on it?
Yeah, bite him?
No, just a little nibble.
What the f-
Yeah, it's flesh, except it is very deathly cold flesh, like a chill, frozen.
So, is this home for you? Like, what are you looking like? Oh shit! I don't remember if you have the helmet on or not. Fuck.
I don't have any helmet on, no cloak, nothing. Just
Okay, so I was gonna then mention like I saw you smirk, and I don't think I've never seen you do that. Didn't know.
what, I can't be
didn't know you had-
excited.
Well, that's what I want to know. What's there to be excited about? There's like dead people everywhere. Like I whisper to you, like they can fucking hear me or something.
Yeah, it's giving me the heebie-jeebies. But I'm really curious about this place.
I like lean over to Lupen. I think he's dead. I just can't prove it yet.
Why do you think he's dead?
He's really happy to go to the ghost people place.
Maybe he just.
Are they just
You're
saying
not
so
allowed to
within
cross
earshot?
over.
Are they saying this all within earshot? Or is this a whisper?
Well, do I still have the crown on actually?
Probably.
Oh yeah, I do have the crown on. So actually, none of this is a whisper. It's shouted very loudly.
Right. Right. I'm not dead. I'm just
Yo, what
excited, okay?
All right. Looks back to Lupen.
Rook doesn't smell of death, so
He tastes cold.
maybe he's just a cold-blooded person, cold-bodied person. I don't remember what the term is for it. Maybe he's just.
Oh, like a lizard.
Oh, like a lizard!
It's just another like booming voice as I desperately think I'm whispering, but forget that the crown does not allow.
Besides the smell of my own blood, and everyone here in our group is pretty much well alive. No one smells of death.
Speaking of the smell of death,
Oh my god.
as the Chipotle, as you guys continue on along this mysterious train onto an unknown land, it almost feels like you go through a couple like semi-ethereal tunnels, which kind of like you could see that there's like the lights and like the lanterns that are kind of swinging. They kind of just I guess like hover back and forth, and some of them kind of grow dim, and then there's almost like some of them go out and then relight themselves, and it seems like there's some weird things going on. Oh, excuse me. You could almost hear not through like a telecom or something, but you could hear the ferryman kind of call out. He's like, "We're going through a little bit of a world dip. Uh,
Sorry.
there'll be a little confusion, but don't worry, all is good. All is good."
This is your captain speaking. There's gonna be a little bit of slight turbulence.
Yeah, it was like, "Yep, speaking. We're gonna experience some rough air here coming into Seattle. Please fasten your seatbelts."
The world dip? Is that what he said?
Yeah.
We're
much.
casually just going into the afterlife, so.
Like, oh,
I can't go there. I'm not allowed in there.
SpongeBob.
But you could feel like the train car kind of almost like it's kind of like rocking a little bit from there. It was kind of like Sigil could feel the nausea of the gym coming back up. Before you kind of you see like at the very front of the train car, it appears like one of the spirits among the other ones that are like blankly staring. You see he begins to kind of like stir a little bit. Then he gets a little like kind of jittery. You could see that almost like a very dark and inky kind of like shadow kind of whoosh, immediately like kind of leaves the spirit and kind of ducks into the aisle, like the main aisle where so if you're sitting, obviously the aisle is where the seats are not. And you can see it almost kind of like pulls into like a humanoid form. It kind of, and you can see it's very spindly and very erratic as it kind of like sparks itself out from there. And you can see one of its like crooked arms just kind of whoosh, like reach straight out and smash into one of the windows from there, shattering it. And you see like a small pouring of a green sickly fog begins to kind of enter the train car from there. You could the humanoid-ish creature, like the shadow, is like a pained wail. Each like skreaks out before you see it kind of forms up a little bit more to be more humanoid, but still kind of very gangly looking. You can see like behind you, you can see that there's another like shadowy creature kind of like kind of begins to slowly populate the back behind you from there. You can hear the train, it begins to doo, doo, of like a shrill like whistle from there. It kind of reverberates. uh,
Pumpkin.
Pumpkin. Happy Halloween. You can hear that the like above you from there. You can hear like a tapping, and you can hear the ferryman says once more. He's like, could y'all take care of whatever's going on down there? This thing happened before, and I'm more of a fiddler, not a fighter.
Let me off this fucking train.
Covering
Let me
his
off this
ears from
fucking
the
train.
whales and running out.
Yeah. As the smoke begins to kind of billow in from there, you almost feel like you kind of cough a little bit on the environment. As it seems like it's a little bit poisonous, but that's where we'll stop for now. And I think
Oh.
we'll start next session with a train fight.